welcome to Trojan Stadium in Beloit. It's the Kansas 8-man Division II All-Star Game. I'm Jeremy McGuire along with color analyst Larry Jantz on Smoky Hills Public Television. You have the Division II East squad, you have the Division II West squad. A great facility. Should be a fun game today.
Yeah, this second year, that new turf, the Beloit Trojan field, and last year they just put it right down right before the game, So here, it's just in great shape like this. I feel sorry for all the kids that practice. They was in like a mud swamp on their practice fields. It looked like a herd of buffaloes come through there. It didn't look like football cleats leaving the marks in that field, did it, when we was out there? Does it?
No, it was pretty wet here in Beloit this week. Speaking of Beloit, a hometown guy, coaching the West squad with Keith Christine, has a couple of state champion Victoria Knights on the squad, Noah Dryling and Bryant Domi. Nice to be able to coach right in your own backyard, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And he was Glenn Elder. He's probably the played in this game when he was a kid, at the same age as these guys now. So now he has the honor of coaching the game, and so he's got his own quarterback. He's going to be probably a starter quarterback, the Dubert kid, and so it'll just be a great ball game. I think you'll see the ball him. He'll probably mix it up a lot more passing, and with him because they have options. They're probably going to be Dubert when the ball's on the line to win the game. He's going to go Dubert to Dryling. That was one of his plays for the game, or his last possession to try to win it. That's what he said.
And you look on the east side, Matt Schreiber has a stud from South Barber, Dylan Allison, accounting for almost 4,500 yards of total offense in his career.
And on the tackle, he plays both sides of the ball. Of course, they do it most 8-man places, but man, he's awesome. And they say he wants him to touch the ball towards the last two. So it ought to be a heck of a ball game.
How difficult is it for these guys to come together in a matter of days when they were before wanting to beat each other up on the football field?
And the coaches made comment about that hey, I don't like that kid. He plays for the opponent, during the league and during the regular season. Now they're all this family. They're all one, and so it's incredible. You got 20 guys most of the time on each team, and so now they become brothers, and they love each other, and they're going to block and tackle for each other in their team. And so we'll just have to see who prevails today.
It will be a muggy day here in Beloit, but these guys, many of them putting on the pads for the final time, are ready to go. The 8-man Division II All-Star Game. We have more from Trojan Field coming up on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the pregame of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from
Mitchell County Hospital Health Systems in Beloit, providing health care for North Central Kansas. Proud sponsor of the 8-man All-Star Football Game.
Welcome back to Trojan Field in Beloit. It's the 8-man Division II All-Star Game. We're now joined by East head coach Matt Schreiber from Blue Valley Randolph. Coach, how's this experience been for you this week?
It's been a great experience. I had the opportunity to be out here last year as an assistant, and then to come back as a head makes it real special. And we have a great group of kids this year that they've been a lot of fun to be around, and we've had a lot of fun. So,
when you are out there with those kids and you have a group of all-stars, the best in Division II on the east side of the state, what's it been like looking at that talent this week?
Oh, it just excites you. You have a lot of great kids that can do a lot of different things, and each winter or middle of January we meet and select our kids for our team and stuff, the area coaches, and so you got a lot of kids you can work with and different things you can do, so it's fun.
What surprised you the most this week?
What surprised me the most was out of all our kids, we pretty much have similar offense. It's just different terminology. So we were able to really put in some things quickly, and the kids caught on, and hopefully we'll be pretty successful with it.
What's the key for the East to come out on top?
It's those basic keys for any football game. You need to execute offensively. Our offensive line needs to block well and hold their blocks so we can run the ball, and then defensively we just need to make our correct reads and tackle.
Coach, good luck today.
Thank you, sir.
That's head coach Matt Schreiber from Blue Valley Randolph, the head coach of the Division II East squad. We'll have more from Beloit when we come back on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the pregame of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from
Mitchell County Hospital Health Systems in Beloit, providing health care for North Central Kansas. Proud sponsor of the 8-man All-Star Football Game.
Welcome back to the Beloit, the Kansas 8-man Division II All-Star Game. Jeremy McGuire now joined by the head coach of the West squad, Keith Christine from St. John's Tipton. Coach, how has it been coaching this All-Star team this week?
Well, it's been really super. You know, we got 20 of the best kids in the state that show up here, and, you know, just really bright and brilliant and, you know, ready to please all the time. And it's really easy to coach, you know. Basically, we don't want to control them too much. They just got to be playmakers and take care of their assignments, and I look for that to happen today.
How big is it for you to have your quarterback, Trey Dubert, heading up your offense?
Well, you know, number one, it's just great because he is such a brilliant young man. You know, the point guard on the basketball team, you know, just his sense of being out there on the field and leading, it's been easier for us to install the offense because he knows exactly what I want. He knows exactly what I'm thinking before I even call a play, most of the time probably. And then also to have the center there, Michael Smith, is instrumental in, you know, the exchange, because we never put the ball on the ground this year between them two, maybe once or something like that there. But it's big to have Trey right there at the quarterback position.
How fun is it to be coaching in your own backyard as well here in your hometown of Beloit?
Well, it's really fun because I live 6 miles away, so I don't have to have all the dorm life by sleeping in the dorm beds, go home late after the coaches and I get done cussing and discussing a little bit. But, you know, it's fun because, you know, I'm accessible. I farm a little bit, so I'm able to run out there, especially with some waters and stuff that flood waters. I had to put some fence up and stuff. But it's nice to be here, and the city of Beloit and all the organizations that put this on really do a good job at it.
Coach, good luck today. Have fun with the ball game.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy.
That's head coach Keith Christine from St. John's Tipton. The Blue Jays right here in his own backyard. We'll have more from Beloit, the 8-man Division II All-Star Game on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the pregame of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from
Mitchell County Hospital, Health Systems in Beloit, providing health care for North Central Kansas. Proud sponsor of the 8-man All-Star Football Game.
And welcome back to Trojan Stadium in Beloit. Jeremy McGuire and color analyst Larry Jantz on Smoky Hills Public Television. Larry, the sun is shining. The players are ready. A week long of work out on the practice field coming to fruition today. It's time to play ball.
Absolutely right. And just like the old humidity, like you mentioned, lots of rain up here. Humidity kind of snuggles up to you like a blanket, and it'll be present today. But it's a great weather, and this is the second year for that new turf. Man, it looks beautiful out there. They shouldn't have any problems with the turf, unfortunately, like they did at their practice fields, because it was like a mud wall or a buffalo wall out there.
How relieving is it for these guys to finally be out on the playing field ready to suit up against a different team?
They've been excited about it, because this is, for many of them, it's going to be the last game they play when they suit and put the pads on today. But it's a great field. I mean, it's unlike I'm surprised they didn't have more ankles maybe twisted or, you know, hurt just in their practice field from what you and I discovered.
How emotional can it be for some of these guys, a game that many of them played since their youth with Pop Warner or Salvation Army or that level all the way through junior high or middle school and in through high school? It's been a big part of their lives for probably over half their lives. How emotional is it maybe for some of them?
It's catch up with a lot of them, I think, because it's been their life for 17, 18 years.
Now we're going to go to the public address for our player introductions.
From the Division II East All-Stars, number 3, Peyton Reeves of Pike Valley, coached by Don Melby. Parents Todd and Cherish Reeves. From the West Squad, number 2, Grant Frazier of Weston, coached by Mark Cowles, parents Dwayne and Debbie Frazier. From the East Squad, number 4, Sam Wenzel, Caldwell, coached by Sean Brosser, parents from Mr. and Mrs. Robert Wenzel. From the West Squad, number 4, Nate Kling of Wallace County, coached by Jeff Hinnick, parents are Derek and Marcia Kling. From the East Squad, number 7, Colin Harold, Southern Lucas Unified, coached by Ben Labertune, parents Mike and Christy Delaney, Bill and Sherry Harrell. And from the Division II West Squad, number 9, Trey Dubert of St. John's Blue Jays, Keith Christine Christine, he's coach, and Dave and Jerry Bridget, who is the camp coordinator, are his parents from Division II East. Number 10, Phillip Moses from Chitopa. Sean Price is his coach. Doug Mosa and Teresa Hughes are his parents from the Division II West squad. Number 12, Joey Harrington of Mineola. Regio Hollins, his coach. Rusty and Stephanie Swanger, Chris and Amber Harrington are his parents. Division II East. Number 11, Chad Gross of Lynn, coached by Jeremy Miller. Parents are Delmer and Cherry Gross from D2 West. Number 20, Cannon Burns of Fairfield, coached by Lee Odell. Jerry and Becky Burns are his parents from D2 East. Number 13, Walker Herod, Southern Coffee County, coached by Corey Langton. Tiffany and Jason Herod are his parents from the West squad. Number 21, Brian Doe, Victoria, coached by Doug Oberly. Parents are Stuart and Tammy Doe from the East squad. Number 18, Doss Grigsby of Attica. Lance Vanderveer is his coach. Garrett and Cheryl Grigsby are his parents from the West squad. Number 23, Riley Gates, St. John's Tipton Blue Jays. Keith Christine's his coach. Brian and Julie Gates are his parents from the East squad. D2, Tyler Jones of Axtell, number 21. Eric Detweiler's his coach. Josh and Jennifer Jones are his parents from D2 West. Number 24, Kate Hagens of Lucas Bison. Travis Starr is his coach. Cody and Chris Hagens are his parents from the East squad. Number 24, Ty Heenan, 7 Lucas Unified. Ben Labert's his coach. Kim and Brett Steinley, Justin Heenan are his parents from the West squad. Number 25, Noah Greiling of Victoria. Doug Overley's his coach. Jerry and Brendan Greiling are his parents from the East squad. Number 28, Kiefer George of Pretty Prairie. C.T. Young is his coach. Tony and Brendan George are his parents from the West squad. Number 30, Trent Witzke of Thunder Ridge. Coached by Jared Voorhees, parents Ryan and Tiffany Witzke from the East squad. Number 31, Shane Talbot of Axtell. Coached by Eric Detweiler, Rod and Angie Talbot are his parents from the West squad. Number 31, Ethan Johnson, Stafford. Brad Lauthers, his coach. Brad and Jamie Dodger are his parents from the East squad. Number 33, Dylan Allison, South Barber. Jim Rector's his coach. Kevin and Angela Allison's parents from the West squad. Number 44, Phillip Bryant, Northern Valley. Coached by Chuck Fessenden, Mrs. Melissa Adams' parent from the East squad. Number 34, Josiah Whitman, Southern Coffee County. Corey Langton's coach. Doug and Tracy Whitman are the parents from D2 West. Number 50, Ame Baird, Northern Valley. Coached by Chuck Fessenden, Dale Baird, and his father from the East squad. D2. Number 56, Austin Tracy of Argonia. Coached by Luke Greenwood. Jeff and Danny Tracy are his parents from the West squad. Number 55, Tyler Ewers of Hoxie. Coached by Lance Barr. Bruce and Shannon Ewers are his parents from the East squad. Number 61, Andrew Feldkamp of Axtell. Coached by Eric Detweiler. Fred and Maggie Feldkamp are his parents from D2 West. Number 58, Rafael Sanchez from Fairfield. Coached by Lee Odell. Louise and Esmeralda Sanchez Silva are his parents from the East squad. Number 69, Grant Cook of Lynn. Jerry Miller is his coach. Leland and Lori Cook are his parents from D2 West. Number 72, Michael Schmidt of St. John's Tipton Catholic School. Coached by Keith Cursine and Grant Stevenson. Parents are Doug and Lori Schmidt from the East side. Number 74, Chase Neasley, Pretty Prairie. Coached by C.T. Young, Clayton and Jennifer Neasley. D2 West. Number 75, Logan Miller of Thunder Ridge. Coached by Jerry Voorhees. Parents Tim and Denise Miller from the East side. Number 77, Chisholm Cloud of Chitopa. Coached by Sean Price. Stacy Moses Cloud and John Cloud are his parents. Number 86, Dominic Zimmerman, Wheatland. Todd Flynn is his coach. Rich and Deidre Zimmerman are his parents from the East squad. Number 80, Argonia. Luke Greenwood's a coach. John and Mindy Mathis are his parents from D2 West. Number 93, Peyton Springsteel, Wallace County. Jeffrey Hinnick's his coach. Parents are Doug and Carly Springsteel from D2 East. Number 97, Ian Young of Caldwell, coached by Sean Glosser. Jamie and Julie Young and Nick Keller Young are his parents.
And that is our player introductions for the Kansas 8-man Division II All-Star Game. We'll have more from Trojan Stadium in Beloit when we come back on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from
Nextech, providing the region with clear quality phone service, fast reliable internet, advanced TV service, and business technology solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving Kansas communities.
World Pest Control Sunflower Services, Sylvan Grove.
That's dc3.edu.
Dodge City Community College, success starts here at DC3.
BTI, Buckland, Greensburg, Hoxie, Ness City, and Pratt. Hayes Planing Mill, home of quality millwork for over 100 years. Congratulations to all the participants in the 8-man All-Star Game from Hayes Planing Mill. Cross Manufacturing of Hayes, proven performer hydraulics, made in America, serving the world. Cross Manufacturing congratulates the Victoria Knights and supports all local athletics. Robin Oil for gas, tires, oil changes, brake jobs, and minor car repair. Auto glass repair and replacement, and auto detail. Robin Oil, Victoria.
And welcome back to Trojan Stadium in Beloit. Jeremy McGuire along with color analyst Larry Jansen. We are getting set for kickoff here for the 8-man Division II All-Star Game, the East and the West. Let's take a look at the starters. First, for the West All-Stars, will go offensively. At center will be Michael Schmidt out of St. John's Tipton. The guards are Ame Baird from Northern Valley and Riley Gates from St. John's Tipton. The ends, Noah Dreiling from Victoria and Dominic Zimmerman from Wheatland. The quarterback, Trey Dubert from St. John's Tipton. The running backs, Cannon Burns from Fairfield and Trent Ritzke from Thunder Ridge. Defensively, for the East All-Stars, they will go with Ian Young at the nose guard position. The defensive ends, Grant Cook and Austin Tracy. The linebacking core, Tyler Jones from Axtell and Dylan Allison from South Barber. In the defensive backfield, Doss Grigsby from Attica is a cornerback. On the other side, the cornerback is Ty Heenan from Sylvan Lucas. The safety for the Division II East All-Stars is Peyton Reeves from Pike Valley. Offensively, for the East All-Stars, the center is Chisholm Cloud from Chatopa. The guards, Chase Nisley from Pretty Prairie and Walker Hard from Southern Coffee County. The ends, Chad Gross from Lynn and Sam Wenzel from Caldwell. The quarterback, Phillip Moses from Chatopa, and the running back, Shane Talbot from Axtell, and again, Dylan Allison starting at running back for South Barber. For the Division II West All-Stars, they will go on defense with Cade Higgins on the defensive line from Otis Bison, along with Tyler Ewers from Hoxie. The nose guard will be Phillip Bryant. The linebackers, Brian Domi again from Victoria, Nate Kling from Wallace County. The defensive backfield, Joey Harrington from Mineola, Connor Kopp from Hoxie, and Peyton Springsteel. The safety is from Wallace County. Those are your starting lineups for today. Larry Jantz, the breeze is picking up a little bit here in Beloit, which could make it a lot more comfortable for the players and the fans. The sun is out, and what's better than football in the summer?
Well, it's a great final campaign to the whole lifetime of work for these kids, 17, 18-year-olds going on to college or whatever their endeavors are after this. But I noticed a lot of them here already doing a lot of hydrating. They come over here and hitting the water bottles beforehand, and so it's very important with the humidity, like you mentioned, Jeremy, that they really stay hydrated, because way before their body is, they better be drinking plenty of fluids today.
The West All-Stars will be in the green uniforms. The East All-Stars, they are in the yellow uniforms. Everybody with the gray pants, and then each player wearing their helmet from their home school. So we are set and ready to go. It's going to be the East All-Stars receiving. The West All-Stars will be kicking off. Trey Dubert will do the honors from St. John's Tipton. Allison back deep, Talbot back deep for the East All-Stars.
Number 33, Dylan Allison.
Well, Dubert is going to have a little wind behind him. We'll see if he's able to get it through the end zone, see how much action we get here in the early going.
I'd say touchback would be my guess, but we'll see.
And the kick from Dubert, it is a sidewinder. It's going to drop, and it is going to be knocked out of bounds. Boy, we about had a recovery from the West All-Stars to get things underway. The West will be the home team for today on the scoreboard, just underway. So it is going to be first down and 10 for the East All-Stars. Going right to left. Again, the quarterback, Phillip Moses from Chautauqua. The running backs, Shane Talbot, Axtell, Dylan Allison from South Barber. And we'll see if they direct snap it to Allison. They do just that. There's a fumble on the play. It's on the ground, and it looks like, and it is, the West All-Stars are on it. So a fumble on the first play from scrimmage, and it is going to be a turnover on the first play of the game.
And by golly, here comes the West All-Stars bringing up line. They're excited, and obviously so. First play, turnover. Now they got first down and 10 yards to go. We're on about the 12-yard line on the east 12-yard line.
Cade Hagens from Otis Bison fell on it for the West Siders. Dubert is going to hand it off. Not much running room on the play for Cannon Burns from Fairfield.
And he was met by 69 over there, you know. Grant Cook, defensive. I mean, he did a great job on that tackle, him and his buddies.
So a gain of a yard on the play for Cannon Burns. Back to pass Dubert, looking for the slant. It's not there. Then it is. Touchdown! Touchdown to Noah Dreiling from Victoria. And we are 33 seconds into the ball game. It is 6-0 in favor of the West squad.
And that's what the head coach said because when the ball game's on the line last possession, that's who he wanted to have it, Dubert to Dreiling. And guess what? We saw it early in the game, didn't we?
An 11-yard strike. Touchdown for the West Side. With 11:27 to go in the first. Now Dubert rolls, looking for the two-point conversion. He's going to be knocked out of bounds before he gets there. Grant Cook in on the tackle. Also out there
Ty Heenan
was Austin Tracy. Well, it didn't take long, Larry Jantz. The touchdown pass, Noah Dreiling gets into the end zone. He had 12 touchdowns on the year for the state champion Victoria Knights, and boy, he's in there early. So the West Side on top early. The East Side dig themselves a little hole to get things going.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, then that's always what the deal is. You don't want to have, maintain blocks, be fundamentally sound, play with attitude and enthusiasm, what the East team wanted to do, and don't have any turnovers or mistakes. And they had a miscue there in that first series. So the West capitalized on it, and they lead 6-0 here with less than a minute gone in the game.
Well, now the East All-Stars are going to have to get that offense going. Allison and Talbot back deep. Dubert will tee it up. This one's a line drive. It is going to be returnable. It skips off the ground. Allison has it. Looking for some running room. Hurdles over the 20. It is brought down by Noah Dreiling at the 23-yard line. So first down and 10 for the East All-Stars.
And Peyton Prinkstill was in there from Wallace County on that tackle, also helping Noah Dreiling. But that's a great run. He hurdled and made an extra 5 yards just due to the effort. Great effort by Dylan Allison, South Barber.
First down and 10. Walker Hart, a blocking back. There's a give. Allison on the straight give, and he is not going to get very far. Peyton Springsteel helps finish things off. Also in there was Phillip Bryant from Northern Valley, a pickup of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
You're going to see a lot of the offensive sets by the East team today. You'll see their twin sets, the Army, and also the pro set. That's the 3 main sets that run. They're going to see a lot of options, a lot of zone reads and trap. There you saw kind of a zone read on the old Army to play.
2nd down and 8. Moses now in the shotgun formation. Allison in motion. He's going to get the carry on the sweep to the far side. He gets to the sideline, breaks the tackle, spring steal out there again. Going to be very close to the first down. Really depends on the spot, and that is going to be first down. A pickup of 8 yards for Allison. Boy, he really scooted to the edge on that one, Larry.
He turned that corner very well. He got out there. There was 2 guys trying to stop him, and his foot speed kicked a little overdrive, went around the corner, and made that first down. Good job by Dylan Allison.
And here we go. First down and 10. The ball at the 33-yard line. Ball gets by Allison. He picks it up, looking for some help to the sideline. He is not going to make it. Ewers from Hoxie in there on the tackle. Spring steal is over there. Also in on the tackle for the West Siders is Joey Harrington from Mineola. So a loss of 5 on the play, 2nd and 15.
And that's how those miscues happen. You know, you have less than a week to practice, and, you know, whether they in the mud and everything in the practice field, and all of a sudden you come in nice turf today, and the snap was just too low and got by Allison and lost 5 yards. And so now it's 2nd and 15. Well, they pass. They don't like to. They want to run most of the time. But what do you look for, Jeremy?
I imagine they're probably going to do some type of a draw play. Moses in the shotgun formation. Allison in motion again. He's going to option it to the right side. There's the pitch. Talbot's going to be hit and dropped. He's going to lose a yard on the play again. Out there was Harrington from Mineola attacking that line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 16.
It was a great job by Joey Harrington, that Mineola Wildcat. He had 123 tackles for the year and 2 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries for playing cornerback position today for the West All-Stars. But he's a Mineola Wildcat.
We really did a good job getting out there and doing one thing they wanted to do is flying around and get 8 men to the football. The defense is flying around early. They've caused a turnover. Now they have the east side in 3rd down and long.
Kind of a desperate situation, I would say.
3rd and 16. Moses is going to take the snap, and we got a flag on the play.
Delay a game. Ike Don back here through the flag.
And it is going to be a delay of game, so a 5-yard penalty against the East squad. So 3rd down and 21, the ball all the way back to just about the 21, 22-yard line.
And this is not Ike Don's first rodeo, you know, being one of the referees today, game officials.
Well, we'll see what they do. Moses in some trouble. It's a screen play. It's intercepted.
Number 2.
Intercepted inside the 10-yard line.
Grant Frazier picks it off.
Grant Frazier from Weston all the way down to the 6-yard line. It's 1st down and goal for the West All-Stars.
Yeah, 2 turnovers, and we'll see what the West can do with it now. They were in desperate mode. 3rd and long. Tried the old screen. They snuffed it out, and great job by Grant Frazier, 5'11", 165-pounder from the Weston Coyote country.
So 1st down and goal from the 6, and the East defense is backed up. It is going to be an I formation. Ritzky behind Burns. It's going to be Ritzky a carry left side. He's going to slide inside the 5 down to the 4. He's brought down in on the play by Dylan Allison. And you'll see pickup of 2 on the play.
And you'll see the West 3 main offenses. So that's going to be the slot, the I formation, and the pro spread. Here they are in the old I again.
And wasting no time getting back to the line. There's a pitch to Ritzky. He's got a lead blocker. Cuts it inside. Tries to get down.
Getting close.
And he's down to the 1. He picks up 3 yards. It is going to bring up 3rd down and goal from just outside the 1-yard line. Allison again on the tackle from South Barber.
And Trent Ritzky's 5'7", 165-pounder from Thunder Ridge. Had 3,395 yards in his career and 72 touchdowns for them, and he almost smelled the end zone on that play.
He's no stranger to the end zone.
No, he's not.
Dryly to the far side, Risky in the slot. Dubert hands it off up the middle. Burns, touchdown. West All-Stars. It's 12-0.
Looking for a pass for the old 2-point extra point, don't you suppose?
So the 2-point conversion coming for the West All-Stars as Ritzky gets the play from the sideline and brings it in to Trey Dubert. 8:29 to go, first quarter.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shake you there.
See what the brain trust from Keith, President Squad, says to do.
High formation. There's a their ball is tipped, incomplete. So 12-0 in the early going. The West All-Stars have failed on a couple of conversion attempts. We'll see if that comes back to bite them. But they have taken advantage, Larry Jantz, of 2 East turnovers.
And that's what you have to do. Your good teams do that. And of course, that's what nobody, enough coaches always say, hey, don't have any turnovers, take care of the ball, have right techniques, make the right reads, pursue the football if you're on defense. All eight guys to the ball. But here, the 2 errors, turnovers by the East has resulted in them being down by 12 points.
Kansas programs like the 8-man All-Star football games are made possible by viewers like you. So thank you very much for helping make this programming available to the viewers on Smoky Hills Public Television. 8:29 to go first quarter. West All-Stars with the 12-0 advantage. The East All-Stars with 1 first down, but they have coupled that with 2 turnovers. That has given the West All-Stars great field position. There's a short kick. It's on the ground and out of bounds. Boy, Connor Cott from Hoxie was bearing down on that football, but it just did roll out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
So he's going to have real good field position this time around, Jeremy.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 30-yard line for the East. Nate Kling from Wallace County has come into the ball game. First down and 10 for the East side. It's Allison looking for a block, looking for the edge, cuts back, now to the corner. He's into West territory. Springsteel brings him out of bounds. Inside the 40, down at the 38-yard line, a pickup of, we'll call it 13 yards on the play and a first down.
You can see how that Dylan Allison had 3,144 yards in his career, 47 touchdowns on the ground. He also had 1,346 yards in the air, receiving the football for 20 touchdowns. What an athlete. Boy, did he zig and zag and get to the outside on that one.
First down and 10. Allison looking to get that shotgun snap again, kind of a pistol formation if you'd call it. Going to the right side. Cuts it up. We have a flag on the play. Peyton Springsteel, who seems like he's been in on nearly every tackle for the West side. That is in the area of holding, and we'll see what the call is.
And it is holding. I saw the signal by the official. Quentin Flanagan says
it is a hold against the East All-Stars.
Play first down. 97.
Looks like that hold was going to be called on Ian Young from Caldwell. Sean Blosser, his head coach on the sideline, might have a word to say with that young man.
Yeah, Caldwell Blue Jays not very happy. Of course, that Blue Jays, they're pretty fierce birds, normally. But right there you got flagged for a holding foul.
So first down and 20 following the penalty. They mark it from the spot of the foul. Ball back to the 34-yard line, back on the east side of things. Looks like they're going left this time. Nope, they're going to counter back to the right. There's the handoff. Talbot from Axtell breaking tackles. Got back some of those penalty yards. In on the tackle was Phillip Bryant from Northern Valley, a pickup of 7 yards or 8 yards on the play. Second down and 12.
And your game officials today, a veteran crew, Quentin Flanagan, Travis Vaughn, Terry Preston, Ike Dunn, and Randy Wilson doing a great job. And they've done a lot of postseason, a lot of stuff for Keisha. And it's nice to see them here today volunteering to work for the 8-man All-Star game.
Second down and 12. The ball right at midfield at the 40-yard line. Sam Wenzel from Caldwell lines up as the end on the left side. The snap back to Allison. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to run with it. He's got some room down the sideline and is ripped out of bounds by Springsteel. Inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line, a 17-yard pickup and a first down for the East squad.
And that's an incredible job by him because he's rolled out. When he's rolling out there, even though he's a right-handed passer, he's rolling out to the left and kind of faked it with his arm like, hey, I'm going to pass. And that always kind of paralyzes your D-backs, your cornerbacks. Is he going to pass? Is he going to run? What's he going to do? And this time he tucked it and made doggone good yards here, Jeremy.
The ball just inside the 25, nearly down to the 23-yard line. Allison, nearly 4,300 yards of total offense in his career at South Barber. They alter the snap count. There's the give. Talbot from Axtell is brought down by Brian Domi of Victoria. He snuffed that one out. That is going to be no gain on the play. It'll bring up second down and 10.
And Shane Talbot, 5'8", 155-pounder from Axtell, had 603 yards rushing this year, 14 touchdowns, and then receiving almost the same, 665 yards for 9 touchdowns. So over 1,200 yards and 23 touchdowns for his home squad from Axtell.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go first quarter, 12-0. West on top, taking advantage of a couple of East turnovers and turned them into scores. Allison with the snap. Looking to go right side, up the middle, breaks a tackle, still on his feet.
Great
Brought
run.
down, caught from Hoxie, brings him down with a little help from Harrington of Mineola, but not before he gets just inside the 10-yard line, and a pickup of 14 and a first down.
On a first and goal, maybe, matter of fact, huh? Wow.
Boy, it is Dylan Allison left, Dylan Allison right, with a sprinkle of Shane Talbot in there. First down and goal, and the East is knocking on the door.
And they obviously needed to do that, trailing 12-0.
First down and goal. Guess who? Allison holds the ball in his left hand. Boy, he takes a hit, spins off of it. Ewers from Hoxie in there. Also Springsteel from Wallace County. A pickup of 3 on the play. Second and goal from the 7.
Tyler Ewers out from Hoxie had 80 tackles, 2 film recoveries, playing a DN this year, 6'1", 210. Did a great job, like you said. And then, of course, Peyton Springsteel from Wallace County helped come in there and seal it off. He had about 3 guys from the West tackling him and said, Mr. Allison, you're not going any further.
Second down and goal from the 7. The ball on the left hash. As Larry mentioned before the game got underway, the turf in beautiful shape here at Trojan Stadium. Talbot back in the backfield. Tyler Jones in there as well. It's going to be Allison. Goes left, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. He fumbled it on the ground. Allison fumbled it. It's recovered on the play by Grant Frazier. So Frazier with an interception and now a fumble recovery, and the East drive stalls at the 2-yard line.
Oh, man, were they marching in? Allison had everything there. I think he tried to shift the ball and tried to spin to the outside, and he's very frustrated with himself.
Boy, he was going in there and just couldn't quite hold on to that thing, and now the West All-Stars take over with the ball at their own 2-yard line. And, boy, the East defense really needs to stand up right now, Larry Jantz.
You got that right. Otherwise, the momentum has really changed right here. We'll see how the West responds here.
Burns gets the carry. He's going to pick up about 3 just past the 5-yard line. So he had the touchdown run moments ago and digs the West out of a little bit of a hole, nearing with their backs against their own goal line.
Yeah, almost to the 6-yard line, so it's going to be second and probably a long 7, Jeremy, looks like.
I would not be a bit surprised to see Keith Christine air this thing out with his quarterback with it. They are going to throw it. Dubert rolls to his left. Has a man open down the field. It's Britsky just beyond him. Incomplete. Boy, he was out there. He'd gotten behind Peyton Reeves from Pike Valley, but an incomplete pass, and it is 3rd down and 7.
I'll tell you what, we've seen that there over the years, that risky kid for Thunder Ridge. We've seen him on that play lots of times, sending him down the sideline for passes from the Thunder Ridge, huh?
And that young man can play some ball, and you know you're aging when people you went to high school with, their kids are playing in the All-Star game. 2 of them involved in that play, Ritzky and Reeves. 3rd down and 7. Dubert to throw again, looks for the slant. It's not there. He's under some pressure. Rolls to his left. Heaves it out there for Ritzky again, just beyond him. Good coverage that time by Peyton Reeves. It's 4th down and a punting situation for the West.
Well, threw the ball a long way, that Dubert kid did, though. I mean, he threw that ball about, let's say, 60 yards in the air, or 50 yards in the air.
It went a long way, just a little bit too far in a punting situation. And Dylan Allison will come out to receive the punt for the East All-Stars. And Dubert back in punting formation for the West. Again, he has the wind behind him a little bit. Snap is a good one, and he will get it away, and it is off the side of his foot, and that is going to be out of bounds. As
caught out of bounds.
Reeves catches it out of bounds on the sideline, and we'll see where they mark it at. It's going to be right at the 32-yard line, so good field position for the East All-Stars. The defense does their job, Larry, and now the offense wants to try and come through.
They want to hold on to the ball this trip, don't they? I would say so. East All-Stars.
That would be advisable. They have not had very much luck when they've had the football.
They've been doing a lot of zone reads up to this point. A couple option plays out of the twin set, Army, and pro sets, the 3 they use.
More of a standard formation.
Yeah,
Allison's in the slot.
Now.
We'll see if they send him in motion. Nope, no motion. And it is going to be Talbot. A nice run inside the 30 down to the 25.
Kind of spread them out and then use a zone read, cutting back across the grain, and for a good gain there, about nice 8 yards pickup in there.
2nd down and 2. So Talbot spinning and running hard. Springsteel again on the tackle for the West. Coming up on 3.5 to play in the first quarter. The West with the 12-0 lead. Allison split to the right side this time. Moses gives it up the middle to Talbot. Running room, 1st down, brought down. Ewers on the tackle. Also Connor Cott from Hoxie. Down inside the 20 to the 18. A pickup of 7, we'll call it 6 yards and a 1st down.
Well, they had a big enough hole then, the line did, by golly, drove a pickup truck through. Not a semi, but a pickup could have made it through, I think.
1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line. The East driving again, yet to make it on the scoreboard. It is going to be Talbot again. He is going to have a good gain. Brought down on the play by number 31, Ethan Johnson from Stafford. So a pickup of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
It's a great job there. Great read. I mean, that's a good trap block right there. Looked like that, and a great job by Shane Talbot from Axtell. Over 1,200 yards total offense. I mean, rushing as far as receiving the football.
Ian Young at center doing a good job opening up some holes right up the gut. Allison in motion. He's going to get the carry. Looking for the edge. He's not going to get there. Caught. Brings him down at the line of scrimmage. Logan Miller from Thunder Ridge was out there as well. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
That was a great submarine tackle there by O'Connor Cott. This 5'10", 155-pounder from the Hoxie Indian country. He's had 65 tackles for the year, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Playing cornerback today for the West All-Stars. Great job by Connor Cott.
So 3rd down and 5 from the 14-yard line. Moses set to receive the snap. Allison in motion again. They're going to fake the handoff.
Yes.
Moses back to pass. Man open. It is caught. Touchdown. Sam Wenzel from Caldwell in the end zone, and the East is on the board. It's 12-6.
Yeah, it was a great job. Great pass. Sam Wenzel catches that pass. 6', 165-pounder from Caldwell, playing tight end today for the East All-Stars, and the East team needed that.
They will go for the 2-point conversion.
Boy, they got a spread offense going here on this one.
They will get them all spread out. We'll see if Allison comes back. Moses going to throw again. Looks, holds it, incomplete. 1:54 to go in the first quarter. The East All-Stars have answered, Larry Jantz. They are on the board, 12-6. A nice play, nice catch, and the touchdown for the East side. Wenzel did a good job going up high. Play like that, you want to get the ball at its highest point. They did just that, and were able to come down with it right here as Moses connected.
Yeah, Phillip Moses did a great job on as far as the great pass, great timing, great rhythm. They had that disguised pretty well, and it just got right in between the gap by the defensive receivers, and 1 yard in the end zone, caught it. Sam Wenzel did for the touchdown. But the 2-point extra point, that need a little work to be desired on that one.
Well, with everything that has gone wrong so far for the East this first quarter, it's a one-score ball game.
That's right. And they've had 3 turnovers and only down by 6 points.
Yeah, that is not the typical recipe you want for success. Of course, some of the keys that Matt Schreiber wanted for his team offensively was maintain blocks, be fundamentally sound, and play with attitude and enthusiasm. And if you're on defensively, they want right technique, right reads, pursue the ball. They've done that for the most part, minus the fundamentally sound part of hanging on to the football.
And that last time, the defensive set they had when they stopped the West down there, they run a stack defense, kind of like a 3-3-2, play solid, and they also do some okie. They have about 3 different styles of defensive stance or formation that they kind of use most of the time. Okay, who's kicking off for the East team now?
Grant Cook is going to be kicking off for the East side. Domi is back deep from Victoria. Ball is in the air. It is going to be very returnable for Domi. He's looking for a gap up the middle. Splits it, goes left. There's a flag on the play, and Domi is going to be brought down just before he reaches the 20-yard line. We'll see what the infraction is.
I think it's the hold. Okay. Got a hold on green. You guys want this? No reason not to.
Yeah. It is going to be a hold against the West side, so they are going to put themselves in a bit of a hole as they mark off the
first
penalty.
Down.
Of course, Ian Young, you could hear from the conversation from the official that no reason not to enforce the holding penalty.
Yeah, take it back.
So they spot the ball just barely inside the 10-yard line, so we'll say first down and 10 from the 10. Trey Jubert underneath center, I formation, double tight end. It is going to be Ritzky, goes left side initially. He's going to be buried at the line of scrimmage. The interior of that line all over that play. Austin Tracy in there. Also Ian Young in on the play. Second down. The pitch to Ritzky. He has a block, but he is not going to go very far as he is tracked down about the 13-yard line. Tyler Jones from Axtell on the tackle. It'll bring up third down and 7, a pickup of 3.
That's a great job by Tyler Jones. He's had 100 tackles, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. The 5'11", 175-pounder from Axtell.
Now we'll see what the West All-Stars do. Clock under a minute to go in the first quarter, 12-6, West on top. They will split them out. Dominic Zimmerman from Wheatland on the near side. Noah Dreiling split far. It's Ritzky in the slot. They throw it to him. It's incomplete.
He was open, but just misfired by Dubert on that one.
Looking for that bubble screen. It was incomplete. Fourth down and a punting situation again for the East side.
Well, they better get a better kick or punt this time. From last time, wasn't very long. It gave the East very good field position. We'll see what they do this trip around.
Well, I don't know if you want Dylan Allison to get the football in open field either.
That's true.
you might take that shorter field.
That's a good point.
Dubert to kick it. Snap is a little high. He gets it and gets it away, and it is a nice punt. Allison comes over. It bounces and will be marked down at about the 33-yard line. So effective punt by Dubert with a little pressure on him. Now the East takes over on offense, down by a score.
On about their own 32-yard line, but Terry Preston was all over it. He marked that ball, right went out, but almost took a funny bounce and stayed in bounds and almost gave the West team an opportunity to catch it, didn't it? But in the way, this East, first down and 10 on their own 32-yard line, trailing 12-6.
30 seconds exactly on the first quarter clock. Allison will split to the far side. Gross in the shotgun formation. Young snaps it back, gives it up the middle to Talbot, and not much going.
This time they snuffed it out.
Cade Higgins from Otis Bison at the bottom of that pile, a pickup of 1 on the play.
Comes over here, an offensive coordinator must be Eric Detwater from Axtell, because Moses come over here to get to what the next play is, run over here real quick, see what Eric Detwater had in mind. I think they're calling the timeout here, or no, they're just going to let the clock run out.
It is the end of the first quarter, the 8-man Division II All-Star game. West 12, East 6. We're back with your second quarter right after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the 8-man Division II All-Star football game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from Cross Manufacturing of Hayes. Proven performer hydraulics made in America, serving the world. Cross Manufacturing congratulates the Victoria Knights and supports all local athletics. Dryling Pump and Supply, Victoria. Northwest Kansas Pizza Huts, located in Norton, Oberlin, Plainville, Waukegan, Hill City, Stockton, Atwood, St. Francis, Smith Center, Ellsworth, Hoisington, Lincoln, Osborne, Goodland, Colby, and Oakley support our area high school athletes. Bennington State Bank, Lucas. Robin Insurance, Victoria. United Ag Service, Gorham. Gorham State Bank, Victoria and Gorham. Commercial Builders Incorporated, Hayes. Express Well Service and Supply, Victoria. Star Seed, Osborne. Heinze and Associates, Lucas and Luray. Robin Oil for gas, tires, oil changes, brake jobs, and minor car repair. Auto glass repair and replacement, and auto detail. Robin Oil, Victoria.
That's dc3.edu. Dodge City Community College. Success starts here at DC3.
Hayes Planing Mill, home of quality millwork for over 100 years. Congratulations to all the participants in the 8-man All-Star Game from Hayes Planing Mill.
And welcome back to Trojan Field in Beloit. Jeremy McGuire along with Larry Jantz. That first quarter belonged to the West squad. They have a 12-6 lead. A lot of opportunities, though, given to them by the East squad, Larry. 2 short fields resulted in 2 touchdowns on 3 turnovers.
Yeah, 3 turnovers, but only 12 points, and then the East had a great drive that kind of shortened it up. They only trailed 6 points, so you got to, if you're on the East squad, you say, hey, just hang on the ball. We're right in this ball game. We can take her along with them. So the West needs to, and their passing game has been a little suspect. It's really on the first touchdown, or that touchdown that Noah Droughting was about the only pass reception they've had. The rest of it's fallen incomplete.
Second down and 9 from about the 33.5-yard line. New quarterback for the East squad is Colin Harold from Sylvan Lucas. He takes a snap, wanted to go with the run right up the middle, and he is shut down immediately. Looks like Phillip Bryant again from Northern Valley in on the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Colin Harold from Sylvan Lucas, 6'2", 205-yarder quarterback.
Here's the snap. There's a throw out in the flat. It is incomplete as Philip Moses was back in. We'll bring up 4th down, and most likely you would think a punting situation for the East All-Stars just underway here in the second quarter.
Back deep is number 1, Connor Cott from Hoxie, to try to anticipating a punt by the East squad.
So 4th down, and it looks like they are going to punt it. Harold in punt formation. Walker hard to snap it, and we're going to have a false start.
Yep.
On, looks like Ian Young from Caldwell.
And it was. Ian Young, 6'2", 215-pounder.
And when you're on the end of that line, there is, especially an 8-man ball, there is no hiding that false start.
No.
4th down. And the snap is a good one. The kick is away.
Good punt.
Caught underneath of it. He's going to make the, nope, he can't catch it. It went off his hands. And down there quickly on the coverage was Doss Grigsby from Attica, Argonia, but is recovered by the West All-Stars. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. So almost the first turnover of the ball game for the West guys.
But it's a great job having to come back to recover it after he fumbled that ball, caught. Because it came down just kind of straight down, just went right through his hands.
Peyton Springsteel was on the ball quickly. I tell you, that young man, seems like we've been calling his name a lot.
Everywhere.
We still have 11:19 to go in the first half. Dubert underneath center. Burns behind him, Ritzky in motion. There's the give to Ritzky. He's looking for a seam. He's not going to find it. He's going to be stacked up and brought down. In on the tackle was Tyler Jones.
That's just great, sound, fundamental defense by the East team to shut him down. And they've been doing a good job on defense, reading it and staying at home. Everybody doing their own job. Then everybody just kind of just scatter to that football, try to find that thing. And they've just done a good job. I'm impressed with the defensive by the East right now, staying at home, playing fundamental football.
5 carries, 10 yards in the ball game for Ritzky. Caught now in the backfield. There's a give off the right side. That's Ethan Johnson from Stafford. He's going to pick up 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
And the East didn't think they was going to pass in, so they had a 3 forward type defense, and they brought everybody up in the line except for the safety. And boy, there would have been a good time for a little fake in the deal and send somebody out in the flat. If they'd done that, the West would have been long and gone, because everybody was trying to smell out and play the run, which they stuffed it.
Zimmerman to the far side, Dreiling to the near side, Ritzky in the slot. Cannon Burns is alone set back behind Dubert. Quick slant, incomplete. Timing off a little bit on that one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
About took old Dominic Zimmerman's head off from Wheatland, by golly, on that pass, because it had a lot of zing to it. Zipped right out there.
And we're going to have another punting situation. So the way this game started, we might thought we were going to burn up the scoreboard, but the scoring has slowed down considerably. The defenses are starting to manhandle the offenses. Dubert to punt, Allison back deep. Snap is high. Dubert is able to get it. Punts away. Boy, it's a returnable one. Allison has it at his own 33-yard line, looking for the edge. Cuts it back. Good coverage, and he got rocked. Oh, my goodness. Cannon Burns on the tackle from Fairfield, and it is a big one right at midfield. 1st down and 10 from the 40 for the East All-Stars.
And he tried to return out and went right back into Cannon Burns' hello, welcome to the turf.
That is why you pursue the football.
Reverse pivot didn't work that time, did it, Jeremy?
No, sir. 1st down and 10. Colin Harrell back at quarterback. He's going to look to run with it. Gets a nice block. Upended, and so is the ball, but recovered. Chad Gross from Lynn was able to recover the football. A pickup of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Chad Gross, lucky he was in the right spot, right time there to cover that fumble. Just a little somersault there.
To it, there's a little bit of hitting going on out there on the field.
Yes, there is, and that's what the game's all about.
2nd down and 6. The ball in the West territory at the 36. It is going to be Talbot. Oh, a beautiful play by Logan Miller from Thunder Ridge. He knifed in there. He was in there at the nose guard position. No gain on the play. It is third down.
That was a great job by Logan Miller. 6'1", 235-pounder from Thunder Ridge, Longhorn Country. Number 75, Logan Miller.
He had just entered the ball game at the nose guard spot. Back to pass. There's the throw. Allison with the catch. He's going to have a first down. Springsteel brings him out of bounds. A pickup of 8 yards on the play down to the 28-yard line. First down and 10.
And the Zebras move the sticks for the first down.
The West All-Stars still looking for their first down when they get on offense. The East has had the ball most of the ball game. They just haven't held on to it the whole time.
Yeah, the 3 fumbles they had earlier has cost them.
First down and 10, 28-yard line. Colin Harold from Sylvan Lucas will take the snap. He will keep it. He's running right. He has some room, looking for the sideline. A stiff arm, and they run him out of bounds. Inside the 20, down near a first down.
That's a great
Harrington and Springsteel on the tackle. And it is going to be just short, so a pickup of 9 on the play.
That's a great zone read by them that time there. Colin Harold did a great job on that zone read. 6'2", 205-pounder from Sylvan Lucas.
Second down and 1. They're going to go with the blocking back formation. Allison and Talbot. It's Allison, left side. Springsteel on the tackle. Boy, I think he got the bad end of that deal, though. He got licked even though he made the play. A gain of 5 and a first down.
That's like student body left, student body right on that play, isn't it? With them 2 lead blockers. Just kind of dominate that one side, that find a hole or create one in this case.
The East knocking on the door again. First down and goal from the 13-yard line. Harold, low snap, keeps it. He leans forward. Connor Cott from Hoxie on the tackle. That is going to be a pickup of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up second down and 6.
And Eric Datwater, the offensive coordinator for East Squad, he sends in the next play to Colin Harold. The brain trust here from the coaches of the East Squad. See what they've called next.
Give some credit to the big fellas up front, opening up some holes.
Absolutely.
Ian Young to snap it. Harold keeps it again. He pulled it out on the read. He is down to the 5. The ball's on the ground. Is it a fumble? It is. Another turnover, number 4 on the ball game. Recovering is Nate Kling from Wallace County. First down and 10 for the West. The East again scratching their heads as they have their second fumble inside the 10-yard line here in this first half.
Great job by Nate Kling, though. 80 tackles this year, 3 fumble recoveries, make it 4 now. From 6 foot, 175-pounder from Wallace County, Sharon Springs Wildcats.
Well, there's another nice read by Harold on the plays. He pulled it out from Talbot, but just did not hang on to the football. Now the East is hoping they can get another defensive stop. Brian Domi in the backfield from Victoria. He is stacked up immediately. Dos Grigsby from Attica Argonia leading the play. A pickup of 1 on the play.
You generally win ball games by who controls the line of scrimmage. Right now, the East Squad being down those 4 turnovers, but by golly, they're doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage right now, and that's how you win football games.
The West Squad, by my numbers, only 30 yards of total offense in this first half, yet they still lead on the scoreboard with 6:57 and counting to go in the first half. Burns, the fullback. There's a little play action. Dubert rolls to his left. He's going to let it fly. Dryling's out there. Who's got it? He does. Dryling brings it down at the 39-yard line.
No, I think it's a tie. Tie goes to the offense. Oh, no, it's
the offense, I believe. Yeah, it's a first down. Peyton Reeves is calling for the East Squad, but they're going to say it's a first down.
Well, that's right there by it. Officials are right there on the side. They saw it. And a tie journey goes the offense. Those come down to it with it.
Well, that's a 30-yard gain. That doubles their offensive output, and it's their first down. It is Burns up the middle. Well, they're trying to strip the football out, but hard there on the tackle. Grigsby is there.
Jeremy, the coaches on the West team had seen how the East team was just sagging up there. You know, they was crowding that line of scrimmage. Only had one guy back. They were setting everything up for about the last 7 or 8 plays for a pass just like that one.
And Dubert throwing that one into the wind was just a touch underthrown.
Yeah, but
it still is complete. 2nd down and 8. There's a pitch out. Domi looking for a cutback. He has it. He's going to have a first down and then some. Inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards and another West first down.
Great job by that Victoria Knight, man. He did that all season long for them Knights when they won that Division II football game. And Noah Droughting, probably before that, he's the one caught that nice pass. So Victoria Knights are showing their muscle and their grit on these last 2 plays.
First down and 10 from the 24. Dubert's going to pitch it to Domi again, looking for another one. Dubert with the lead block on the outside, and Grigsby attacking the football, but not before a gain of 5 yards for Brian Domi.
That Domi, he can zag, and then zig again, kind of like a pinball machine, bingo, bango, bongo, and by golly, he finds a hole when there ain't one.
Boy, Dubert doing a good job after the pitch, getting right out there to help lead on the blocking. Michael Schmidt is the center. Logan Miller, the left guard.
Ain't that Schmidt a big boy?
He's got a little size to him. Right side, Ritzky from Thunder Ridge with the carry. He's going to have enough for a first down as he slices inside the 15 down to the 14. A pickup of 5 yards on the play for Trent Ritzky. Another first down for the West.
Well, when you said they only had for a long time, only had 30 yards, now they've got about what? 50 or 55 or 60 just in this drive alone.
Well, the first play accounted for 30.
Yeah.
So they doubled it up there. So they are now inside the 15 down to the 14. Cade Hagen's now in at the right guard position. It is going to be Ritzky right side. Spins, breaks a tackle, gets popped pretty good. Reeves from Pike Valley in there. Winsel from Caldwell. And a pickup of 4 on the play for Ritzky, 2nd and 6.
And for a first down, they got to get just inside the 5-yard line for a first down, and they got 2nd and a long 5 to go. And
they are letting some time run off. I believe they're going to call a timeout. It's going to be getting close. Dubert's going to pass it, looking for Dreiling in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Noah Dreiling, his 2nd touchdown catch of the ball game. This one from 10 yards out, and it is 18-6 West squad. And Reeves is down in the end zone.
Trey Dubert to Noah Dreiling. What a connection.
Reeves is down in the end zone. The athletic training staff is out. He had sucked up a little bit on that play action. And then
he almost recovered, though. The ball took a while to get there.
Just about got there, but not quite. And Matt Schreiber from Blue Valley Randolph, the head coach for the East squad, going down to check on Reeves.
And see the head coach, Keith Dressen, St. John's, Tipton. One of their last possessions to win the game. Who do you want to have the ball? Well, Dubert to Dreiling or Dubert to Cott or Ritzky. And next there's a combination that's worked twice for him so far from both of times for scores when they've connected.
And Reeves is up. He might have, the way he laid out for that, he might have got the wind knocked out of him. So Dubert to Dreiling again. This one a little bit closer from 10 yards out. 18-6.
And we got to find out if they might have a successful 2-point extra point attempt coming up, huh?
Well, we haven't had one yet.
That's
right. See what Keith Christine draws up for the West squad. They run those 2-point conversions from the 3-yard line. 4:08 to go first half, 18-6 in favor of the West.
Well,
it was another, and it was set up by another turnover.
Yes, it was.
So all three of the scores from the West have come following an East turnover. Here we go. 2-point conversion attempt. See if they go with a draw. Dubert, slant pass, open, Dreiling, good.
Imagine that.
20-6, and those two have developed quite a camaraderie here in this ball game, Larry Jantz. 20-6 in favor of the West squad.
Well, I can tell you that whole last year, watching Noah Dreiling in high school in his campaigns for Victoria Knights, he did that all the time. If he wasn't catching the ball out there, Domi was scooting around the ends or up the gut or zigzagging, and he was scoring touchdowns. So hats off to Trey Dubert from Beloit St. John's. Great pass, great tight spiral. Right on target to Noah Dreiling for another 2-point extra point, the first one of the game so far.
How important is an East answer when they get the ball back?
Very important. And they've been doing a good job, except for those 3 fumbles and that 1 pass interception. Really, Jeremy, they've controlled the line of scrimmage, basically, all except for that last drive. You have to give the edge on ball control to the East squad. It's just the turnovers that bit them.
Boy, Reeves from Pike Valley still over here on the near side. Just gets up off the bench a little slow, but has his helmet. I would imagine he's probably going to be back into the ball game. Kickoff for Dubert. Again, Allison and Talbot back deep for the East squad. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Here comes the kick. It is
good kick.
Going to be beyond Allison.
They can run it out of the end zone.
Into the end zone.
They can run it out.
And touchback is called with 4:08 to go. It'll be first down and 10 from the 15-yard line.
But in this ball game today, Jeremy, they said that we're going to let him run it out of the end zone. He didn't do that. I think he had the old rule, but they can run him out today.
Old habits are hard to break.
That's true.
Well, we'll see if the East can have an answer. Colin Harold is going to be at the quarterback position. He's flanked to his left by Talbot. And back to pass. Looks. Throws it up the slot. Has a man out there. It's caught! Oh, what a play! Chad Gross from Lynn beats Springsteel all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Just what you said, the East squad needed something like that, and by golly, they got it. Eric Detwater, he had the right play called in.
42 yards on the completion. And Harold laid it in there perfectly.
Absolutely.
Absolutely perfect throw. First down and 10 from the 23-yard line. We might have to have a timeout. They're trying to get everybody set. Now they're in the right position. Harold is met immediately. Boy, Domi blitzed the hole, and Harold did a good job to absorb that, spin off of it,
and
get back near the line of scrimmage, a loss of a yard on the play.
He just better be grateful they didn't fumble again because Domi was all over and had his numbers.
There's nothing like going through a wide-open front door if you're a linebacker and you're blitzing.
That Domi, 5'8", 155-pounder from Victoria.
Walker Hard blocking on the left. Chase Nisley from Pretty Prairie on the right. It's going to be an option right. A nice option pitch to Talbot. He's going to be hit and dropped. And Nate Kling is there to finish it off. Joey Harrington was there as well. It brings up third down and 9 after a pickup of 2 on the play.
But that option play to the short side of the field just didn't go very well. Short-sided himself. But that previous one, Brian Domi, 82 tackles, 2 pass intercepts, 2 fumble recoveries, and 3 touchdowns on the defensive side for Victoria Knights.
Third down and 9. Harold to throw it. Throws it up the middle. He has his man Allison. It's a first down. Springsteel and Kling on the tackle. Teammates from Wallace County Wildcats. But it was a pickup of 11 and a first down.
That was a great pass, great read, great pass pattern. Caught him right in the slot on that. About 9 yards and cut across the middle. Hit him on stride. Nice gain. First down for the East squad.
First down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Well, the East, we talked about the answer there, oh so close. Harold's going to keep it. He goes right side, and a nice play by Connor Kopp from Hoxie. He was the last man standing on the defense. A pickup of 3 for Colin Harold.
And it's kind of a submarine tackle just to get the big boy down, wasn't it? Oh, Connor Kopp.
Harold is not a small quarterback, 6'2", 205 pounds. Ben Labber, too, is head coach at Sylvan Lucas.
He can fall forward and gain 2 or 3 yards generally.
Pretty much. 2nd down and 7 after the pickup of 3. Here comes the play. It's Talbot. He is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Broke a couple
Shane
tackles.
Talbot from Axtell is in from 8 yards out, and it is 20-12. The answer for the East squad.
And you said, how critical is it? Well, we just found out the answer. They scored. Now here's for the all-important 2-point extra point.
2:03 to go, first half. 20-12. Here it comes. Harold throws, looks, got his man Wenzel. 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, all right. Now we're down to a 6-point spread. We got a ball game.
So that one goes Harold to Wenzel for the 2-point conversion. It is 20-14. Has the East squad back on the board. Now with 2:03 to go, we might have that offensive shootout we thought we were going to have early on.
Absolutely. That'd be great, won't it?
That would be all right.
May not be what the coaches want to have, but makes for an interesting spectator game.
This broadcast of the 8-man All-Star Football Games can only be made possible by the financial support of you, the viewer, and the businesses that underwrite this production. If you're out in the community, please be sure to thank the sponsors of this program. And if you'd like to support programs like this, visit your PBS station's website. Grant Cook to kick off. Domi back deep. Cook gets the ball. It's a line drive, and Domi's going to pick it up at the 5-yard line. Looking for a gap. Lowers his shoulder. He's going to be hit, and he is going to be dropped as he crosses the 15 up to the 17-yard line with 1:54 to play in the first half.
We finally got cornered by about 4 or 5 of those East squad guys, and it took about that many to corral him and knock him down to the turf.
Tell you what, if guys are playing in this game, there's a good chance that they're not going to go down easy.
You got that right.
They're here for a reason. First down and 10. 1:54 to play first half. Both teams with all their timeouts remaining. Ritzky is the tailback, and he's going to get the carry. Goes up the middle, hit, and dropped.
I think
he's going to pick up a couple on the play. And on the tackle was Austin Tracy from Argonia. It's 2nd down and 8.
I think Coach Keith Christen is just going to try to decoy him.
Right side, Ritzky might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to say pick up 1, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
He's kind of setting up for another Dubert drowning pass play is probably what's going to happen.
And Peyton Reeves back on the field, who was injured on that last touchdown drive. So 3rd down and 7. 1 minute to play in the first half. Cannon Burns is alone back behind Dubert. He takes a snap. He's going to throw it. He's going to look. He's still looking. He's going to run with it this time. Crosses traffic. He's hit. Falls on the ground. And I believe the West fell on it.
But
they did.
4th and 4 maybe, or 4th and long 3.
A pickup of 4 on the play, and a timeout's going to be called. We'll keep it right here. After the 4-yard pickup from Trey Dubert, the East All-Stars want a chance to get this football back, Larry.
Yes, they do.
And why not? I mean, you never know what can happen. You never know if you got timeouts to use. You just as well use them and see if you can give your team a chance to get back on the scoreboard.
You can't save them to the next game or next year. In this case, can you? Should just well use them now.
Nope. It looks like they're going to send Reeves back deep from Pike Valley.
Anticipating a punt.
Well, here's another question. With 39 seconds left, if you're Keith Christine, do you fake this punt?
I think all options are on the table for him. You only got 4 yards to go. I tell you what, the connection between Dubert and Noah Dryling ought to be at least in his game plan. Ought to be his thought. I wouldn't be opposed to that. And you only got that much time. Hey, if you do turn it over, they still got to go 35, 40 yards. You know they're going to be trying to have to pass or something quick if the East squad does get the ball back. So it's interesting to see what the brain trust of the West squad over there is saying.
Hey, you have to believe that the East coaches are telling them to watch out for a fake in this situation.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got to be. Hennick and Hahn and Christen over there, they're figuring out how can we, outfox the East squad on this play. But they are sending Dubert back, so it looks like they are going to punt and try to hold them back and have them run out the clock and escape with a 6-point lead at halftime. Let's see.
Well, here we go. Well, they tried to get him to jump. It didn't work. And we're going to have a false start.
I think so, yeah. Finally backfired on the West.
Well, now they're going to, well, you would think now they are for sure going to punt.
And now you're just hoping to get a good snap and a great release and then a nice punt.
The last couple snaps have not been high enough that Dubert can't handle them, but they've been enough to where he's had to reach up to get it.
Let me tell you, he was airing out his armpits.
That one is a deep snap. Dubert gets it, and he does get it away and gets a pretty darn good punt away. Reeves fields the kick. Makes one man miss, trying to go sideline to sideline. He's still on his feet. Look at him go. He's looking for a peel back block, and it's not, he's still going. And he's finally going to be brought down at around the 12-yard line. There is a flag on the play with 15 seconds left.
That was a zig and a zag. That was like a pinball machine going over the side of the whole ball, wasn't it?
So Peyton Reeves ran about 60 yards to lose about 20 yards.
During the return, block in the back, gold, be first down.
So a block in the back on the East squad. They'll have it first down and a long ways to go. The ball all the way back to the 6. So first down and 10, and they need 74 yards in the next 15 seconds.
And that would be easy to do. It didn't have a block in the back with all those zigging and zagging going on.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too difficult. So first down and 10. They will spread them out, and the West squad, anticipating the throw, is setting back. Now Harold needs to be careful not to get caught in the end zone. He steps up, looks over the middle, and incomplete. That
9 seconds
for Winsel. It'll bring up second down.
9 seconds to go to halftime. That used 7 seconds right there. But he had split receivers to the right side and threw way too low, incomplete. So we'll see what the East squad says now. Coach Eric Detweiler has been offensive coordinator.
And looks like they are going to offensive coordinate a kneel down. There's a snap back to Harold, and he is going to kneel down on the football. And that is going to be the end of the first half. Well, pretty darn entertaining first half, Larry Jantz.
Absolutely. Well, 4 turnovers. The East squad's got to be grateful. They're only down by 6 points with 4 turnovers, suffering that in the first half.
Well, we are through one half of play in the Kansas 8-man Division II All-Star game. The West All-Stars 20, East All-Stars 14. We'll be back with your second half after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the 8-man Division II All-Star football game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from
From Next Tech, providing the region with clear quality phone service, fast reliable internet, advanced TV service, and business technology solutions. Next Tech proudly supports public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving Kansas communities.
Cross Manufacturing of Hayes. Proven performer hydraulics, made in America, serving the world. Cross Manufacturing congratulates the Victoria Knights and supports all local athletics.
That's dc3.edu. Dodge City Community College. Success starts here at DC3.
Northwest Kansas Pizza Huts, located in Norton, Oberlin, Plainville, Waukeeny, Hill City, Stockton, Atwood, St. Francis, Smith Center, Ellsworth, Hoisington, Lincoln, Osborne, Goodland, Colby, and Oakley, support our area high school athletes. Hayes Planing Mill, home of quality millwork for over 100 years. Congratulations to all the participants in the 8-man All-Star Game from Hayes Planing Mill. Robin Oil for gas, tires, oil changes, brake jobs, and minor car repair, auto glass repair and replacement, and auto detail. Robin Oil, Victoria. World Pest Control Sunflower Services, Sylvan Grove. Dryling Pump and Supply, Victoria. BTI, Buckland, Greensburg, Hoxie, Ness City, and Pratt. Bennington State Bank, Lucas. Robin Insurance, Victoria. United Ag Service, Gorham. Gorham State Bank, Victoria and Gorham. Commercial Builders Incorporated, Hayes. Express Well Service and Supply, Victoria. Star Seed, Osborne. Heinze and Associates, Lucas and Luray.
Hey, welcome back to Trojan Stadium in Beloit. We are at halftime, about ready to start the second half. The West All-Stars with a 20-14 lead over the East All-Stars. Time to take a look at our halftime stats, brought to you by Coombs Incorporated of Phillipsburg. Hundreds of shippers trust Coombs Incorporated in Phillipsburg with their freight. Coombs Incorporated promises consistent, reliable, timely handling of your shipments. Coombs Incorporated in Phillipsburg. You call, we haul. Looking at the stat line first for the West team with the lead, and they are behind in most categories except for a couple of really important ones. 41 passing yards for the West, 54 rushing yards, 95 yards of total offense. They have 3 first-half first downs, 0 turnovers for the West squad. They have 20 points on the board. Now let's take a look at the East squad. 75 yards passing, 110 yards on the ground, 185 yards of total offense for the East squad. They have 9 first downs, so far dominating everything. The last 2 categories where they are not. 4 turnovers in the first half for the East squad, 3 fumbles, 1 interception. They have 14 points on the board. So again, 185 total yards of offense for the East, 95 for the West. 4 turnovers for the East, 0 turnovers for the West, and most importantly, depending on what side you're rooting for, the scoreboard, the West with a 20-14 lead. Again, our halftime stats are brought to you by Coombs Incorporated of Phillipsburg. Hundreds of shippers trust Coombs Incorporated in Phillipsburg with their freight. Coombs Incorporated promises consistent, reliable, timely handling of your shipments. Coombs Incorporated in Phillipsburg. You call, we haul. Jeremy McGuire joined by color analyst Larry Jantz. Larry, second half, one obvious thing is the East needs to not turn over the football. That's one thing, but what are some of the keys to the second half for both these squads?
Well, they had good ball control. They won the line of scrimmage, really, as you mentioned, with all the halftime stats, 185-95. But your main thing about it is control the ball. They cannot fumble and have turnovers again and expect to win, because the West, remember, they scored 2 of them real quick like. Then all of a sudden the tide turned, and these started dominating the line of scrimmage and didn't have any turnovers. And they marched right on down the field and answered back. It was 12-6 for a while. Then it got to, of course, 20-6. Then they narrowed it down to 20-14 here at halftime. But you mentioned they got to have ball control and no turnovers, but they've done a great job on defense, the East, I think, as far as on sound fundamental football, playing each position, and then all 8 of them going for the football when it's said and done. And the West just needs to have a little bit more ball control. You know, they didn't have first downs for a long time, and only ended up with you said 3 in the first half to the East 9. So ball control needs to be more consistent for the West. And holding on to football for the East, I think, is where it's all at right now. But the passing game, I mean, there's great bullets by that Trey Dubert to Noah Droughty. That's worked like clockwork for them. And so if that continues in the second half, the West might prevail to be the winner of the final game. But that's what it's all about. We're playing the second half. Right now you got to figure, hey, it scores 0-0. Let's see what happens.
Well, we are about ready to go here in the second half. Jeremy McGuire along with Larry Jansen. Larry, the temperature rising just a little bit, but a nice breeze so far here in this Division II game. The weather, I don't think, has played much of a factor, but we'll see here in the second half as far as hydration and conditioning.
Oh, they better be drinking plenty of fluids and all that. You know, all the spectators are enjoying it. Hell, they're putting suntan lotion on. They're doing all this. They're just having a great time just watching it, you know, trying to soak up a little sun because the humidity there, it sticks on you like a blanket. Snuggles up to you whether you want to or not today. But, yeah, it'll be interesting how they're all out there stretching loose and getting ready for the second half. And referees are out here. They're ready to get it going. The coaches are out here, and just ready to kick off, find out who's going to prevail in the Division II All-Star game.
The West team, you know, not much offense in that first half. What do they do offensively? Do you look at them to maybe throw the ball a little bit more, or are they going to stick with the run? The East, is, like you said, has done a good job closing those gaps, really not allowing the West to get outside the ends.
Well, if your game plan coming in by Coach Krazine would be to let's run first to set up the pass, it might have to change his theory a little bit because they've get in the third and long and they've been forced to throw the pass. But the East team, they've been pretty tight to 3-4 defense with only that one safety back there. They kind of edge up to the line of scrimmage, and a little bit of misdirection could really set it off. Just like that 2-point extra point to Noah Droughty out in the corner. He was wide open out in the flat, wasn't he?
Yes,
Remember,
he
on
was.
the backside. And I'd look for a little bit more maybe of that action because I think it'll work for the West team. I really do. If the East continues to play stacking the line of scrimmage with their 4 linebackers, or it's a 3-4 defense, what it amounts to.
In all-star games like this, can you do a ton of adjustments at halftime? Is there the ability to do that?
The kids are smart enough to adjust to it. They've probably played the game. They're smart. They're heady. The scheme of things. So, but I think the coach is trying to keep everything as simple as they can, like the old KISS principle, keep it simple. And so I think that's what it amounts to. But, yeah, they're smart enough to adjust. It's just a matter would they recognize the time enough to make that adjustment. And that's what the coaching all comes down to, is recognizing what the other team's doing, either offense or defense, and how they adjust to it.
No, we're about set for kickoff as the East squad is coming back out on the field. They are surrounding assistant coach and special teams coordinator this week for the East All-Star, Sean Blosser from Caldwell. I tell you what, you can see why guys would like to play for these guys that are coaching, because they are fantastic. Coach Blosser had a nice discussion with my son Gabriel yesterday about what he plays and where he plays and what he does and does he enjoy football. And, you know, just conversations like that make you realize how invested they are, not only in their own kids, but all the youth.
And Sean Blosser talking about Caldwell Blue Jays, such a tight community, very proud community, a lot of pride in the Blue Jay tradition down there. And he's fortunate and lucky to be there, having his kids, and down today coaching the game. And Eric Detwater, of course, from Axtell, and of course Matt Schreiber from Blue Valley Randolph is the head coach. And Keith Brazine for the West, assisted by Jeff Hennick and Rigo Hahn from Mineola. So here we go, second half.
And the kickoff for the West All-Stars, it's a deep one. Allison goes back. He catches it near the sideline at the 8-yard line. He's going to go up the side and will be pushed out of bounds. Connor Cott out there, and some good blocking. Tell you what, you block to the whistle. That's what they teach you. Play until the whistle blows. And these guys are the best of the best in 8-man Division II at doing that.
Ian Young was almost stretched that out a little bit, but just saying blocked it into the whistle. He was blocking out of bounds.
Well,
he was out there. He had that guy 4 or 5 yards out of bounds, I think. And All-Star game, they just let that go, I guess.
Colin Harold had a good first half, 61 yards through the air for Sylvan Lucas, ran for 17. Allison in motion to the far side. They're going to roll that way. Looking for a dump off. Incomplete. Pass and a flag on the play. We might have an illegal block of some kind. I'm not sure. We'll see what the call is.
Holding. Gold.
77. He just took him.
And a hold is going to be called on East All-Stars.
Okay. You guys
want this? It's going to be called on Chisholm Cloud.
But did you see Jeff Hennick over there, assistant coach, jumping up and down when that pass a little bit soft? He was just disappointed one of his guys on the West team didn't intercept the ball and go.
Well, he's hoping for that.
He was jumping up and down like a banty rooster, old Jeff Hennick was. Assistant coach.
I'm going to say that's the first time I've ever heard football and Banty Rooster used in the same comparison.
Well, you should have seen him. I mean, he was a quarterback in 1986, or 206 when they won. Wallace County beat South Haven in the championship game.
First down and 22. It's going to be Harold on the keeper. Boy, he is trying to hold on to that football. Ewers on the tackle. Springsteel is there. Also coming in was Harrington. And a pickup of 6 on the play. We'll call it 7. It's second down and 15.
So you got to understand, see, that Hennick kid come by it naturally. He's played for Kevin Ayers, and he was down there at Jetmore for a long time, then Wallace County, and now he's took over the helm. Kevin Ayers retired while Jeff Hennick just stepped in, his old quarterback.
Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in that situation.
No.
Second down and 15. Harold's going to throw. Has time, throws over the middle, caught by Allison. Settles down in that zone, still on his feet. He is carrying West All-Stars across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards and a first down.
That wasn't a pickup truck. It was at least a one-tuck truck right there carrying a heavy load right then for an extra 5 yards, wasn't he?
Boy, that was a nice job by Allison settling into the zone. A good delivery from Harold. As you saw, Allison just carrying over half the West squad into West territory. First down and 10. Harold's going to keep it. Runs right, now back up the middle, lowers his shoulder. He is going to be stacked up and brought down. In on the play, Peyton Springsteel, Brian Domi, but a pickup of 5 yards down to the 34-yard line.
And Nate Kling was in there, of course, from Wallace County, also helping Brian Domi come and finish off the tackle.
Second down and 5 from the 34, just underway, second half. Kansas 8-man Division II All-Star game on Smoky Hills Public Television.
And that big 6'2", 205-pound quarterback, Colin Harold from Sylvan Grove, brought in the next play.
Second down. They're going to spread it out. There's a give. Talbot from Axtell on the run. We're going to have a flag on the play. And it looks like we're going to have another hold called against the East.
74.
It's going to be Chase Knisley from Pretty Perry has whistled for the hold. So instead of first down, it's going to be a loss of 10 on the penalty. Six penalties, 52 yards.
Chase Knisley from 5'11", 215-pounder from Pretty Prairie.
Second down and 15. The ball back to the 36-yard line. So the East keeps shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. Harold fumbles the snap, picks it back up, and he's going to be submarined under. Kling with the initial contact. Logan Miller from Thunder Ridge is there. Tyler Ewers from Hoxie. A pickup of 1 on the play. It'll bring up third down and 14.
And that missed handling of the snap messed up all the timing and the rhythm and allowed the defense to kind of smother them for very little gain.
Those delay plays, the timing is of the utmost importance.
Very critical.
Third down and 14. The East had a promising drive. The fumble on the snap. Harold could not handle it. They're going to lose, looks like about 4 yards. It'll bring up fourth down and 18.
But the snap is, it's kind of like the old single wing. You want to snap it at knee height or something, not down at the ankles. And so that miscue there really messed up the timing there. He's lucky just to get back on the ball.
Caught back deep to receive the kick. Harold will punt it away. A good snap. Punts away. Over to the left. It's going to bounce. Cott will come up and watch it roll out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So with 8:23 to play in the third quarter, the West takes over first down and 10 at their own 16-yard line. Well, we'll see what the West offense has to do. The East did a good job moving the ball on that drive, Larry, but penalties really hurt him on that time.
And miscues, snaps, handling the ball, stuff like that hurt him also. Yeah, you're right.
First down and 10. They will mark it right at the 15-yard line. The pitch to Ritzky comes near side, cut back, penalty flag. A pickup of 2 on the play, but hold your horses. I believe we are going to have a holding penalty.
They're going to get one on left guard. Riley Gates is pulling 5'8" from St. John's Stifton.
So holding against the West squad. So it's going to be half the distance to the goal line from the spot of the foul, and the foul occurred at the 12, so they'll mark it back to
7.
Well, they're going to say it occurred at the 14, so they'll mark it back to the 7-yard line. So a 7-yard penalty in essence. It's first down and 17. Now they're going to spread them out a little bit, but Noah Dryling's going to come back in tight. Trey Dubert getting him where he wants him to go. Back to pass. Dubert has time to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Launches one wide open. Zimmerman has it. He keeps his feet at the 30. Reeves is the only man that can stop him and brings him out of bounds inside the 15-yard line all the way down to the 13.
That was
50 yards and a first down.
Well-designed play to Dominic Zimmerman. Wide open, nobody within 20, 30 yards of him. 5'10", 160-pounder from Wheatland. 1,400 yards he had catching the old pigskin.
So first down and 10 from the 13-yard line. A 50-yard gain on the play. So that's an answer to that holding penalty that they had.
Absolutely, and by golly, Trey Dubert really was right on target, threw that ball almost a little high, but a great catch by Dominic.
My math was wrong. That was a 60-yard pass catch. Now Dubert's going to keep it. Little option read. Brought down on the play, Winsel in on the tackle.
Made good yards for a quarterback read like that. Made a good
Also had some help from Grant Cook from Lynn. 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7. $7:27 to go, third quarter. West All-Stars knocking on the door. The ball just inside the 10. Dubert's going to option it.
Oh, fake.
Timing wasn't there, but he's still able to slide inside the 10. Gets all the way down to just outside the 5-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 2 for the West. So pick up a 5 on the play. He was expecting Ritzky to be out there a little bit further along and looked out for the pitch and realized that he was better off keeping it.
74 is coming in for the West squad. Looked like 74, I thought.
Ame Baird on the right side. There's the give. Burns. Submarine under. He's going to be brought down. Griggs down on the tackle.
First and goal.
Looks like he's going to have enough for the first. It is first down and goal. A pickup of 3 on the play for Cannon Burns.
And that kid for Fairfield, 6 foot, 180 pounder, had almost 4,500 yards, 71 touchdowns for his career, and almost 3,000 just receiving the ball too. So Mercy, almost 8,000 total yards in his career. That's incredible for Cannon Burns, 6 foot, 185 pound.
First down and goal. They get their splits right. It's a quick snap to Dubert. He is in for the touchdown. Boy, he went up, this little tap to his center's backside. And in for the touchdown is Trey Dubert, the homegrown product from St. John's Tipton, and it is 26-14 West Side.
And now the 2-point, all-important 2-point extra point, because it's only up by 12 now, so they need to stretch it out and get one of these 2-point extra points. Let's see what Coach Krazine has on the platter this time.
So 2-yard run for Dubert with 6:06 to play here in the third quarter. Now the 2-point conversion attempt. Dubert's going to throw it. Looks under some pressure. Flips it up in the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete. Austin Tracy got a piece of that. And it's incomplete. The 2-point conversion fails, but Trey Dubert, as you saw right there on your screen, into the end zone from 2 yards out with 6:06 to play in the third quarter, 26-14. So they're keeping the East squad at arm's length so far here in the second half.
And that was a great pressure put on by Doss Grigsby there from Attica to force Trey Dubert to throw that ball when he really didn't want to. But it goes incomplete. So they got a 12-point lead.
A gorgeous summer day for football here in Beloit. Yeah, I said summer and football, which is always a good thing. We've talked about that. You know, right in the middle of baseball season and the vacation season, and state track just finished up here a week ago.
Little all-star football.
Little all-star football to go along with for the day. Looks like Domi's going to tee it up for the West All-Stars. Allison Talbot back deep for the East.
Gonna give Trey Dubert's foot a rest, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. So Domi will put it in the air. It's a short little pooch kick. It's returnable. Tyler Jones with it.
Uh-oh.
And he is going to get a decent return. Springsteel in on the tackle. And it looks like Domi was in there as well, up to the 34-yard line.
And of course, Cannon Burns was in there also. Them three guys finally corralled them, but the East got their own on their own 34-yard line. They take over 1st and 10.
Penalties really hurt them on the last possession. Also dropped snaps.
Oh, that's
Harold
a big drop. Oh,
in trouble. He fumbles it again.
Who's
going to get on it? Talbot will fall on it all the way back at the 21-yard line. So Colin Harold just having problems hanging on to the football. A loss of 13 yards on the play.
Well, that's like a hot potato that bounced around there for a while. Nobody was going to corral it. Took it out of the microwave oven. A little too warm.
And again, the East shooting themselves in the foot. Of course, you have to give some credit to the West as well, as they were attacking quickly. I believe that was Grant Frazier that got in there. He's had himself a good ball game. Fumble recovery and interception.
You better believe that.
Second down and forever. 23. Talbot's trying to get some of it back. He does get a little bit. He got a lick as he got to the sideline. Well, we're going to see, it looked like Harrington was over there. Tyler Ewers was there. Peyton Springsteel was there.
Springsteel.
It's 3rd down and 15, a pickup of 8 on the play. But boy, Talbot's going to remember that tattoo he got on the sideline.
Yeah, even his mom and dad might feel that one that Wednesday of next week. You know, that was a pretty good hit by Springsteel. Come finished it off.
3rd down and 15. Back to pass. Harold looks
Wide
over
open.
the middle. Has Allison again. Looks to get to a first down. He's going to have it and then some. Still on his feet. He is wanting something, and he is going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. He picks up 20 yards on 3rd and 15, and that was all effort.
That's a great job. I mean, he had great timing to go straight down the middle, about 10, 12 yards, and then break in the open seam in the middle. They found him. Great timing, great release, great catch, and then what a run by him after Dylan Allison caught the ball.
1st down and 10 from just outside the 30-yard line. 4:48 to play, 3rd quarter. East trying to answer the West score. They're back to pass. Looking, Harold, pump fakes. Looks, floats it down there, has a man open. It's incomplete.
They've been out of bounds.
Kling on the coverage. And
they're flagged.
There's a flag down in the middle of the field, so we're going to see what the call is. And it looks like it's going to be a hold against Chisholm Cloud. Nope, we're going to have a personal foul. So that one's going to be a 15-yarder on the interior. And Cloud not the least bit pleased with the call, but the official right there.
I saw the official point right towards him, whether they liked it or not. The official's all over it.
So first down and 25. So after the great play on 3rd down and 15, the next play, they get a 15-yard penalty. It sends it back the other way. Harold going to run with it, gets some of it back, looks for the sideline. Little stutter step, and he's driven out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So he gets 14 of those 15 penalty yards back, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 11.
Great quarterback read right then, and a great run by Colin Harold.
So 2nd down and 11, the ball at the 31-yard line. 4:20 to play, 4:24 to play for 3rd quarter. Harold going to give it to Talbot on the read. Nothing going. Kling shuts him down after a pickup of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and 9.
Great job by Nate Kling, 6 foot, 175-pounder from Wallace County, Wildcat country. He's had 80 tackles this year for Jeff Hennick squad and 3 fumble recoveries for the Wallace County Wildcats.
And we are
Nate Kling, great job.
The white hat is doubling as an equipment manager as Dylan Allison gets the shoulder pads adjusted. And we're ready for play.
So Quentin Flanagan there was in that white hat doing a little repair work, as you say, equipment manager.
3rd down and 9. Ball just inside the 30. Ian Young will snap it back. Harold's going to run with it. Goes left. He's hit. He is dropped. Brian Domi in there. Phillip Bryant is going to bring up 4th down and 8. You got to figure that East is going for it on this one.
Absolutely, they'll be going for it. But that was a great tackle there. Great read by number 21, Brian Domi, 5'8", 155-pounder from Victoria Knight Country. Part of that Division II state championship team. He led his team 82 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, and 3 touchdowns.
Here we go on 4th and 8. Harold to throw, looking. He's going to step up, throws. That pass is completed.
Had enough.
And they are going to spot it where he caught the football. And it depends on the mark. It looks like it is enough for a first down. They are going to measure for it. But from where we're looking right here is just off to our right up here in the broadcast booth. But I believe he has it by about this.
Oh, it's got to be an inch or 2 either way.
I think he's short. I'm going to say he's short by about the width of my thumb.
Really? First down.
He's got it by the width of my thumb. First down, a pickup of 8 on the play.
1 chain link.
Well, the East continues to come back and rectify their own mistakes.
Which they needed to do. And they've done it.
First down and 10, the ball at the 20-yard line. Harold is going to keep it. Looks right side, and Logan Miller will bring him down. And a pickup of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Logan Miller, a pretty good-sized boy from Thunder Ridge, 6'1", 235-pounder, and he kind of bulldogged him down just like a steer wrestler. That's 2nd and long 7, looks like, for the East squad on the west 17-yard line.
Allison to the near side. He is going to be in sweep motion. They hand it off to him. He has some running room inside the 10. He is into the end zone for the touchdown. From 17 yards out, Dylan Allison finds pay dirt with 2:21 to go in the third quarter. We have ourselves a one-score ball game. It is 26-20.
Great job by Dylan Allison. Here's and here they come for the 2-point extra point.
Harold will be in shotgun formation. Nobody with him. Allison in motion. And Harold is going to throw it. Looks over the middle. And, well, if he had kicked that one, it would have been good for one. But it's incomplete, a little bit too high. Looking for Chad Gross from Lynn in the back of the end zone. But Dylan Allison from 17 yards out with some nice moves. Then he uses that speed and right into the end zone. I think he scores in touch football on that one too, Larry. Nice hole up front for him.
Lays around him. Now that had that pass went over the goalpost, so that would count if whether you use your foot or hand. If the rules was different, wouldn't it?
Right.
But the rules aren't that way, are they?
Well, thank goodness, no.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
Well, now the East back in it, a one-score ball game. It seems like they're staying right there. The West has done just enough to keep them away, but all it takes is one defensive stop or one big play, and the East could tie this, maybe take a lead.
Well, that's what they're hoping. But they've done a great job fighting through all the adversity they've had today to keep the game close. That's for sure. But here they go. They're going to kick off. Big old bruiser.
Grant Cook will put it in the air. Domi back deep. It's going to be out of bounds.
To the blessing of the West squad.
So out of bounds. And I believe they marked that at the 30-yard line, don't they? Or are they going to make them kick it again?
Well, they have the option, I think. I think they're going to
take the field position.
Yeah, they're going to take the 30. I mean, that Grant Cook, 6'4", 235, he's a big boy, and if he hits that ball straight on, he could almost make a field goal from where he's at. But this way, he goes out of bounds. Unfortunately for him, but a welcome break by the West squad because they're going to get the ball first and 10 on their own 30-yard line, and leading this game by at least a touchdown.
They're going to mark it at the 25-yard line. I was thinking it was the 30. Well, they were thinking it was the 30 for a while too, so we shouldn't feel quite so bad.
Probably would have been that way. And,
or, no, we're going to go back to the 20-yard line. Well, if I'm Keith Christine at this point, I make him re-kick it and see if I can get a return.
He's out there. Look at him. See, he's wondering what's going on, boys.
Yeah, I don't.
He's trying to.
I think they're trying to get it right. Does anybody have the rule book with them?
Well, in 11 man, we know what it would have been. Now they're going back. Look at here.
They're going to make him re-kick it. I would do that too. If you're going to spot it at the 20, shoot.
Yep.
Make him re-kick the football. Well, here we go again.
I told you they had options to decide, and
they did. Well, originally it went to the 30, then to the 25, then to the 20. Next thing you know, we got 15, 10, 5 touchdown, but not on the kickoff.
Yeah.
So they'll mark him back 5 yards and re-kick it.
Just trying to spot the ball. The Zebras got mixed up. Zebras are going west instead of going east.
Well, they're on summer vacation too.
Well, they're forgiven. And here we go with a re-kick by old Grant Cook, 6'4", 235-pounder.
Well, this one is going to roll into the end zone. So
now we're going to take it at the 15.
The West is going to take it at the 15. So they ended up losing 5 yards in the deal, but I think Keith Christine would take that gamble over again if he had the opportunity. So the West will take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
I think Grant Cook said, fool me once, not fool me twice. Okay?
Trey Dubert will quarterback. Michael Schmidt, the 6'7", 260-pounder, will snap it back to him. Ame Baird for Northern Valley on the right side. Back to pass. Dubert looking for a little slip screen, incomplete. Good job by Doss Grigsby staying with that one. He looked for Dreiling, incomplete.
He was all over that slant play then. Of course, they had two receivers in about the same area. It's difficult to say whether it's trying to go to Ritzke or to Noah Dreiling.
Rafael Sanchez from Fairfield, the 5'11", 275-pounder in there. He's going to line up on the left side this time, so they're switching sides with Baird and Sanchez. Dubert to throw, pressure early, steps up in the pocket, escapes. He's towards the sideline, still on his feet. He's going to have a first down. He's brought down by Ty Heenan from Sylvan Lucas.
Yeah, number 24, Ty Heenan, 6 foot, 155-pounder from Sylvan Lucas.
Pickup of 13 on the play. First down.
One of Coach Labertu's boys.
Reeves still in at safety. A defensive line. Andrew Magis is in there from Argonia. Chisholm Cloud at a nose tackle. Grant Cook at an end. Here comes the blitz. Dubert protected. Throws it up the field. Dreiling's out there. It is tipped away. A nice play by Doss Grigsby to knock that one away. Incomplete. It'll bring up second down, and Dreiling might have gotten the wind knocked out of him a bit on that one.
Might have stretched out a muscle or something out there trying to jump up and catch it. Had an awkward position. It might have come down wrong.
Second down and 10. 2:01 to play third quarter.
Dreiling's going out. They'll bring another receiver in.
Dominic Zimmerman from Wheatland back on the field. He had the 60-yard catch and run earlier this quarter. Second down and 10. There's the pitch to Ritzke. He cuts it back. Comes back up. He is still on his feet and is going to be brought down after a 2-yard gain. Tyler Jones in on the tackle from Axtell. It's third down and 8.
I mean, the East team, you got to give him credit to them. They played sound fundamental football. They turned him back inside, and there's people there to meet him. I'm just impressed by their stay-at-home, solid, good defense by them. They're playing their own, doing their own job, and then they're kind of pursuing the football by all 8 guys.
It is third down and 8. The East defense looking for a stop here. Again on that defensive line, it's Cook, Cloud, and Magis. Linebackers are Jones and Allison. Heenan at one corner, Grigsby at another. Reeves at the safety, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. We will take it with you. 1:13 to play in the third quarter. 26-20, West on top. We're back after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from Robin Oil for gas, tires, oil changes, brake jobs, and minor car repair, auto glass repair and replacement, and auto detail. Robin Oil, Victoria. Cross Manufacturing of Hayes. Proven performer hydraulics, made in America, serving the world. Cross Manufacturing congratulates the Victoria Knights and supports all local athletics. Dreiling Pump and Supply, Victoria. Northwest Kansas Pizza Huts, located in Norton, Oberlin, Plainville, Waukegan, Hill City, Stockton, Atwood, St. Francis, Smith Center, Ellsworth, Hoisington, Lincoln, Osborne, Goodland, Colby, and Oakley support our area high school athletes. Bennington State Bank, Lucas. Robin Insurance, Victoria. United Ag Service, Gorham. Gorham State Bank, Victoria and Gorham. Commercial Builders Incorporated, Hayes. Express Well Service and Supply, Victoria. Star Seed, Osborne. Heinze and Associates, Lucas and Luray.
From Nextech, providing the region with clear quality phone service, fast reliable internet, advanced TV service, and business technology solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving Kansas communities.
Back in Beloit on Smoky Hills Public Television. Third down and 8. 1:13 to play third quarter. The West with the football. And a 6-point lead, 26-20.
Yeah, they had that timeout by the West by Coach Christine. We're going to find out why they got up their sleeve with 3rd down and 8.
Noah Dreiling back on the field. They stack it over on the left side. Dubert to throw. Over the middle, wide open. Dreiling has the catch. He has the first down inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line.
Great timeout that way. This way they faked it and they run Risky down long to kind of open up the middle. Then they could just cut underneath it by Noah Dreiling. So it was a great pass play. Great play by design. Great use of the timeout for a 1st down and 10 by the West team.
Dubert 5 for 10, 129 yards, a couple of touchdowns today. Young man from St. John's Tipton Catholic High School here in Beloit on the south side of town. Gives it up the middle to Cannon Burns. The young man inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2 after Cannon Burns with his 6th carry of the ball game.
That was a good steamrolling kind of drive by him. He just kept those legs just chugging away, and he made doggone good yards on his own after initial blocks by a great lineman up front.
Second down and 2, 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Looks like they're going to get the play off. Dubert going to give it up the middle to Burns again. He is going to be stacked up, picks up a yard on the play. So Cannon Burns picks up 1 yard, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters of play, we have ourselves a good ball game. The 8-man Division II West All-Stars on top, 26-20. We're back after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Production of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from Hayes Planing Mill, home of quality millwork for over 100 years. Congratulations to all the participants in the 8-man All-Star Game from Hayes Planing Mill.
From Nextech, providing the region with clear quality phone service, fast reliable internet, advanced TV service, and business technology solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving Kansas communities.
World Pest Control Sunflower Services, Sylvan Grove.
That's dc3.edu. Dodge City Community College. Success starts here at DC3.
BTI, Buckland, Greensburg, Hoxie, Ness City, and Pratt. Northwest Kansas Pizza Huts, located in Norton, Oberlin, Plainville, Waukeeny, Hill City, Stockton, Atwood, St. Francis, Smith Center, Ellsworth, Hoisington, Lincoln, Osborne, Goodland, Colby, and Oakley support our area high school athletes.
Back in Beloit at Trojan Stadium on Smoky Hills Public Television, the 8-man Division II All-Star Game. Jeremy McGuire along with Larry Jantz as we start the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 1 for the West with the football. They lead by 6. They've led the entire football game, Larry, and a big opportunity for their offense to continue this drive. The East defense looking to knock them backwards.
Yeah, they've done a great job so far, but thanks to those 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles, and that 1 pass intercepted by the East. But the East keeps answering them all the time, at least the first 3 quarters of it. So we'll see how the 4th quarter goes. But you know that Grant Cook, that big 6'4", 5", 265-pounder, he's got fantastic quick feet for a big guy. He was the biggest surprise to the coaching staff during the whole camp. And the most improved player was Doss Grigsby, number 18, from Attica, Argonia. And of course, he said that Chisholm Cloud is the one that keeps him loosey-goosey with a lot of humor. And we saw that in practice, didn't we, Jeremy?
Yes, we did. He's a Duke fan. We'll forgive him for that.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 1, first play of the 4th quarter coming up. Everybody's set and ready to go. Which way will they go with the football? Dubert hands it off. Domi, he's going to have a first down. Low man wins, and Domi got low and was able to pick up a couple on the play and the first down for the West.
Yeah, and you had number 31, Shane Talbot, tried to stick him. He had 126 tackles, 4 interceptions for the Axtell team this year. Not bad for a 5'8", 155-pounder, tough kid, Shane Talbot. But Domi won that battle. Got the first down. Moved the sticks, Zebras, and now we got first down for the West team on about their own 22.5-yard line.
First down and 10
on the east 22.5-yard line. Excuse me, sorry.
Stacked over on the left side. Back to pass. Looking deep. Ritzky is out there. The pass is out there. Incomplete. Good coverage by Peyton Reeves of Pike Valley. Made it awfully difficult for Ritzky to get his hands on that pass. It's second down.
There would have been that play, like they either had Dominic Zimmerman or Noah Droding come underneath that play, fake the long one and catch that short one, and it would have maybe scored a touchdown or certainly made more than 10 yards.
Second down and 10, so
look for that
pass pattern. Coach Gersine starting to air things out just a little bit. Ewers lines up as an end on the right side. Hoxie had 12 receptions this year, 7 of them went for touchdowns. Back to pass Dubert. Under a little pressure, throws it up. Dryling's out there just a little bit too far. Reeves on the coverage again from Pike Valley.
Yeah, it's a great job by defensive pressure there by 56. Austin Tracy also in on there, 5'10", 195-pounder from Argonia. Had 188 tackles this year, 10 sacks, 8 fumble recoveries. Great job by Austin Tracy to put pressure on Trey Dubert and make him throw the pass just a hair earlier than what he really wanted to.
Third down and 10. The ball still at the 22, 23-yard line. Schmidt will hover over the football. Formation with Ritzky in the slot. Back to pass. Dubert scrambles out of trouble. Steps up, still in trouble, and he is going to be hit and dropped. Grant Cook in the backfield brings him down. Boy, the protection just broke down, and Dubert was just running for his life trying to find an opening, but Grant Cook dropped him, and a loss of 7 on the play. It's 4th and 17.
And Walker Herod was right in there really good. 5'10", 130-pounder for South Coffee. 380 tackles. He's had 10 sacks this year. Defensive line number 13, Walker Herod. Got to be impressed with the East team. Doing a pretty good job staying home, playing fundamental sound defense, though, haven't they, Jeremy?
4th down. West is going for it. Back to pass, Dubert. Stepping up, throws it downfield, has a man out there, incomplete. There's a flag. 2 flags on the play. And it's going to be against the West squad, so the East is going to get the football back. A hold was going to be called against the West. That penalty is declined, so a turnover on downs. And the East will take over, first down and 10 at their own 29-yard line, 10:22 to go in the ball game. Well, the East a chance to tie this thing up, Larry.
Yes, they do. At least they got the ball. That's important for them if they can hang on to it now.
And that's going to be Talbot on the carry. He goes right side.
Short gain.
Ewers on the tackle. Kling was out there. Spring Steel there as well. Pickup of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8.
It's a pretty good job by the West team just to smother him in there for a very short gain. Like you said, Nate Kling, number 4, and of course number 55, Tyler Ewers from Hoxie. Had 80 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries this year.
2nd down and 8. Allison in motion. He has the carry. He's looking for the sideline. He has it and is going to be knocked out of bounds. That time, Connor Cott from Hoxie. A pickup of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Kind of tattooed him up high, but Allison's tough to get up. Maybe he's got a Charlie horse here, or a cramp.
Yeah, it looks like cramp territory.
In a humid day like today, if you don't hydrate, those things are going to happen, especially here in the 4th quarter. And he's spending a lot of energy all day long, that young man has. You can tell he's hurting.
Tyler Jones in the backfield along with Harold.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to have another penalty.
Looked like Mr. Nicely from Pretty Prairie got started a little too quick.
False start. Chase Nisley. Third down. 77 yards in penalties in the ball game for the East. The West with 22 yards of penalties.
Well, sometimes they run that option play, you know, or some of that misdirection from the quarterback. Let's see.
It is going to be the keeper for Harold. He is going to have a first down. The ball's loose. The ball is loose.
Uh-oh, and
are they going to say he was down? Well, we're waiting to see. The West has the football. And they're going to say they keep the football. And a flag on the play. And I believe we're going to have an unsportsmanlike called against the East squad.
Here's some more. Wilson, we're going forward. He's got unsportsmanlike here.
So an unsportsmanlike, a 15-yard penalty.
Unsportsmanlike on 13 here.
And that one is going to go against Walker Hard from Southern Coffee County. So mark it 15 after the turnover. That is 5 turnovers on the East squad, and the West will take over with great field position at the East 26-yard line. And Colin Harold with the fumble. And with 9:38 to go in the ball game, plenty of time left on the clock, but the East defense is going to have to step up again after the offense turned it over for the 5th time. Left side, Domi breaks one tackle and is brought down after a pickup of 1 as he escaped the tackle attempt by Doss Grigsby.
He thought he almost had a, maybe got tackled by the face mask, he thought, but he got out of it. Kind of motioned that way, but nobody else called it, so it's second down on 9.5 yards to go, basically.
Ball spotted the nose just outside the 25, and officials timeout. Looks like we got some more equipment work over on the defensive backfield. Peyton Reeves gets Tyler Jones all fixed up, and we're ready to go. Second down and 9. There's the pitch. Domi looking for a block. Goes to the outside, cuts back, and somehow finds a way to pick up another yard on the play. Grigsby on the tackle. It's 3rd down and 8, and Domi looked like he was for sure going to lose yardage. Picks up 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to lose at least 2 or 3 yards, but he picks up 1. A great job by Brian Domi. And of course, you know, a 5'8", 155-pounder had 498 yards rushing this year, 8 touchdowns, but he had 243 yards pass receiving for 3 touchdowns for the Victoria Knights, which is the 8-man Division II state champs. So he's done a great job, Byron Domi.
And we're going to have a timeout. The West took a little bit too much time in the huddle. We'll take it with you. 8:13 to play. 26-20, West on top.
Production of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from
That's dc3.edu. Dodge City Community College. Success starts here at DC3.
BTI, Buckland, Greensburg, Hoxie, Ness City, and Pratt. Hayes Planing Mill, home of quality millwork for over 100 years. Congratulations to all the participants in the 8-man All-Star Game from Hayes Planing Mill.
From Nextech, providing the region with clear quality phone service, fast reliable internet, advanced TV service, and business technology solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving Kansas communities.
World Pest Control Sunflower Services, Sylvan Grove. Dryling Pump and Supply, Victoria. Bennington State Bank, Lucas. Robin Insurance, Victoria. United Ag Service, Gorham. Gorham State Bank, Victoria and Gorham. Commercial Builders Incorporated, Hayes. Express Well Service and Supply, Victoria. Star Seed, Osborne. Heinze and Associates, Lucas and Luray.
8:13 to play. West with the football, 3rd down and 8. The Kansas 8-man Division II All-Star Game on Smoky Hills Public Television. I'm Jeremy McGuire along with Larry Jansen. 3rd down and 8. Larry, what do you think the West is going to put on the field for this play?
Well, their running game has not done. They've stuffed them about twice in a row. So I look at play action pass probably if Trey Dubert could get enough time. There's been a good rush but put on the E squad, so it depends whether they get enough time for him to make a read and make a nice pass to either Dominic Zimmerman if he's in there or Noah Droughting. We'll find out.
Double tight end set. Ewers the end on one side, Dreiling the other. I formation, Ritzky in motion. And back to pass is Dubert. Looking, has a man open. It is Dreiling. He's out there. Off his fingertips, incomplete. He had just gotten behind Reeves and Grigsby, but could not haul it in. It's 4th down and 8.
I'd run the same play again, only this time I'd send him down across the middle a little bit more on a slant pattern towards his end zone. There's a great fake, great read by Trey Dubert, rolling out, looking to out in the flat, looking for Ritzky out in the flat, try to bring the defense off this side, then hit him down the seam. It just didn't work. Just barely outstretched the fingertips of Noah Droughting.
4th down and 8. Same formation with Ewers on the left side, Dreiling on the right. Ritzky in motion. They might be going with the exact same play. Back to pass. Dubert throws it, has a man open. Ewers with a great catch at the 6-yard line.
I told you this time, bring him across the middle of that flat over the vacated area, and does a great job.
$18 yards on the catch from Ewers. 1st down and goal.
6'1", 210-pounder from the Hoxie Indian Country, Tyler Ewers, number 55. Great catch by that end.
He needed every bit of that 6'1" frame and his arms to bring that one in.
Yes, he did. But it's a great touch pass by Trey Dubert, too, wasn't it, though, Jeremy? Great touch.
1st down and goal from the 6. 7:30 to go in the ball game. They're going to give it left side to Burns, and he just about lost that football. He's going to lose a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 7.
That's a good thing that pigskin bounced the same way, kind of like a basketball, though, this time back in him. He's able to recover that fumble. Just lucky to have the ball for even an attempt from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal to go from the 7-yard line.
They were late getting out of the huddle on that last play, had to hurry things, and it just about cost him a turnover. Back to pass, throw, catch is made by Dreiling, and he's going to be down at the 1.
Looks like he rolled over.
Going to be down at the 1. He's going to pick up 6, so 3rd down and goal from the 1, and now it's time for goal line defense and see what they can do.
Could be the ball game on this play. Could.
Well, with the clock at 6:33 to play, the East defense needs to come up with a huge play. We'll see if it's Ritzky or Burns or Dubert.
Or who we got? It's not Domi, is it? Burns?
And it is going to be Burns up the middle. Touchdown, Cannon Burns. Into the end zone for the West touchdown.
Why not? He's only had over 7,000 total yards for the Fairfield team this year. 4,500 on the ground, almost 3,000 in the receiving. 71 touchdowns. Huh? Not bad.
Not bad at all.
6 foot, 185-pounder from Fairfield.
32-20, and another East turnover turns into points for the West. They've converted 4 East turnovers into points. Here comes the 2-point conversion. Dubert rolls, looking back left, throws it over the middle. It's caught! Dreiling somehow found a way to come down with it.
It's a great juggling act by Noah Droughting then, wasn't it?
Wow! 34-20 after the 2-point conversion catch by Noah Dreiling. That young man's having himself a day. There's the touchdown run from Cannon Burns. Then with 6:14 to play in the ball game, 34-20. The margin for error for the East squad has evaporated.
Yes, it has. It was slim and none. Now, just like you said, it's evaporated. Humidity of the day got the best of that one.
So what?
There it is. There's that juggling act.
Man, how he came down with that.
Yeah, and
good concentration. Good concentration.
Would you say he's been a good receiver for the Victoria Knights all year long?
Yeah, I think he's been all right.
Yeah. Having a nice afternoon here in Beloit, too.
Yes, it is.
A little cloud cover makes it nice right now in the fourth quarter as it winding down in the fourth quarter. A little cloud cover.
Well, the kickoff, Domi had kind of a short pooch kick his last time. Peyton Reeves. Tyler Jones back deep. It is a bouncer that goes off of Grant Cook, and it's going to be recovered by Stafford's Ethan Johnson. Well,
6 turnover total.
That might do it.
Ethan Johnson from Stafford on that recovery. Right place, right time. 5'9", 170-pound running back for the Stafford. Ethan Johnson, number 31. Got the ricochet off of Cook.
And Johnson just attacked that football after it went off of Cook.
Yes,
just attacked it. He was right after it. Now you look to see if maybe the West take the air out of the football again a bit. There's a pitch to Ritzky. He cuts it back, has a block. Flag on the play. Ritzky's down at the 35-yard line, but before you mark it off, looks like we got a hold on the other side.
Looked like a trap play. They got trapped.
Block in the back.
Yeah.
10-yard replay first down.
Called against Cannon Burns. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 20. First down and 20. Johnson in the backfield again. And Dubert's going to really take the air out of the clock as he's waiting on the back judge to start the final count. There's a give to Johnson. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Breaks another tackle. Still on his feet. And it takes 3 from the East to bring him down. Young was in there. Grigsby was in there. Moses was in there.
I think he ran 23 or 24 yards to gain 2.
He picked up 2 at 2nd down and 18.
Great job, Ethan Johnson from Stafford, who just moments before was the one who recovered that kick. That's 2nd and 18 for the West All-Stars, as the clock is not favoring the East right now.
West is going to take the air out of the clock. Dubert with Johnson in motion. Hands it up the middle to Burns. He's going to slide out to the left side. He's driven down. Talbot on the tackle. Pickup of maybe 1 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 17.
Uh-oh. Official timeout.
And we're ready to go. So 3rd down and 17. It's a must right here for the East All-Stars to get this stop.
I doubt there's going to be a pass play on this one, do you?
I wouldn't think so.
But we've been wrong before.
Yes, we have. And it's a pass. Little dump out in the flat. Ritzky makes the catch, makes one man move, but then is pushed out of bounds.
Stops the
so
clock.
It really helps the East squad as Ritzky's pushed out of bounds after a pickup of 6 yards on the play. It's 4th down and 11.
Just a little screen out to the flat. But Lisa, when he caught it, kept the clock running for a little bit. So a great pass by Trey Dubert to Ritzky.
Jones back deep. Dubert to punt it. Snap is a good one. The kick is away. It's a high end over ender. Talbot underneath of it. Makes the play and is going to be knocked out of bounds. Burns in on the tackle. Ame Baird was also out there.
Yeah.
Up to the 14-yard line. So 4:04 to go. And the East squad needs 2 touchdowns. And they have 66 yards to go. Phillip Moses back in at quarterback. First down and 10. Moses is going to throw. Looks out in the flat. Catch is made by Talbot. Shakes the tackle. Picks up 9 yards. Kling on the tackle. It is 2nd down and 1.
Great quick pass there by Phillip Moses. I mean, he did a great job. 5'11", 165-pound quarterback from Satopa. Had over 5,000 yards, 80 touchdowns this year.
2nd and 1. Clock at 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Moses to throw again. Under some pressure. Pump fake. Steps up. In some trouble. Gets rid of it. And the only man there is Connor Cott from Hoxie. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown!
He went out of
Connor
bounds.
Cott
They got.
is in for the touchdown. And that should do it. Turnover number 6 on the day. And Connor Cott looked like about a 33-yard return for pay dirt.
Absolutely great read, and all the pressure by Domi caused that to happen. He come back underneath the pocket and threw an errant pass to Cott. Cott intercepted, great read, but even a better run after the catch. Tiptoed his way down the sideline to get in, though, didn't he?
Well, and Moses got rid of that, and the only guy even close to it was Cott.
That's right.
And so now the 2-point conversion attempt. Harrington from Mineola will take the snap. First one.
Looks like a little confusing going out there. A little confusing going on.
And a timeout's going to be called by the West squad. We'll keep it right here with 3:18 to play. And I'll tell you what, Connor Cott makes that interception. Larry Jansen, young man, knows how to find the end zone after he made that catch, didn't he?
I was impressed with his tiptoeing down the sideline those last 4 or 5 yards, how he got in there without getting knocked out of bounds. It was a great job by him. Great individual effort.
He, from Hoxie, the Indians had 65 tackles this year, 3 interceptions, a fumble recovery. Offensively, 1,014 yards on the ground and 15 touchdowns, 135 yards receiving and 2 more scores. And here it is, right here, the throw. There's the pick. You see him dancing down the sideline and close to out of bounds. Very close to out of bounds. A great shot from our Smoky Hills public television camera. Michael Quaid down there with the sideline shot. And, you know, these folks are good at what they do. And just being able to see that and know it was coming his way and get the right angle. Tell you what, takes a Hoisington Cardinal to do that, right?
Yes.
2-point conversion coming up. Harrington up underneath center. Gets a snap from Miller. Right side, Johnson with the carry. He's not going to make it. He is cut short of the 2-point conversion. But the West with the commanding lead now after the interception return for a touchdown. 3:18 to play, 40-20. Now the East squad looking for a little cosmetic work on the scoreboard.
And getting back to Michael Quaid on that great camera shot he had. See, he was a manager down there for Lonnie Urban, the Hoisington Cardinal country you mentioned before. And then he also was the manager several times for the West Camp, Shrine Bowl camp. I mean, so that guy's paid his dues being close to the game. You know what? Now he's got a camera in his hand.
Now he's got a camera. A little bit more expensive than a football.
Well, yeah.
And when you drop a football, it bounces back up to you. If the camera bounces back up to you, there's going to be problems.
Pigskin might bounce, but you never know where it's going.
Dubert going to kick. Reeves back deep. Jones back deep.
Well, that's the best.
Reeves is going to be underneath of it. He's going to take it at the 1 yard line. Comes near side, cuts back, flag on the play, and Dreiling brings him down.
Bodies flying everywhere out there.
And let's see what the call is.
I'd say it's
block in the back.
Block in the back. Goal. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
So this one will be half the distance to the goal, so they'll mark it back
around the 6 yard line.
Around the 4. It looks like they're going to mark it about the 4.
Oh, well, yeah, it depends where it's spotted.
From the spot of the foul, so half the distance. 96 yards in penalty for the squad. Turnovers and penalties have really, really hurt them in this ball game, and it's showing up on the scoreboard.
They have 4 turnovers first half, 2 the second half, 6 total so far.
Moses to throw through the hands of Gross. That turn was just a little bit too late. It's second down. If you tell a coach that you're going to commit 11 penalties, you're going to turn the ball over 6 times, they would look up at the scoreboard and probably wouldn't be too surprised.
That's about right. Not necessarily what the doctor ordered.
2nd and 10. Domi shows blitz. Moses going to hand it off. Nice little run.
21,
Tyler Jones, he's going to have himself a first down. Picks up 12 on the play.
That's a great job by Tyler Jones from Axtell.
His first carry of the ball game.
Yeah. He had 346 yards rushing this year, 10 touchdowns for Axtell. He also caught the ball for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air. So it's a great job by Tyler Jones, 5'11", 175-pounder from Axtell.
First down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Clock winds, 2:50 to play in the ball game. The West in control, leading 40-20. Here's a handoff to Jones again. Cuts through the middle. He's going to be stacked up. Domi in on the tackle. Also coming in was Grant Frazier from Westcott. It'll bring up second down, and we'll call it 6 after a pickup of 4. Well, these kids really battling hard out here.
They played well.
Worked hard all week. Had a little fun in the process. Throw
Nice
over the
pass.
middle. Dropped by Talbot.
The Sky Sparrow, nice tight Sparrow pass, just couldn't corral it by Shane Talbot. So it goes incomplete, still brings up third down, and a long 6, maybe a short 7 for the first down, Jeremy, and the clock is not in their favor.
Four down territory for sure for this East squad. Wenzel will split to the far side with Talbot in the slot. Magus the end over here on the left side. And that ball is loose on the ground, recovered by Jones. And Herod just got himself another penalty. That's his second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the play was over. And Matt Schreiber's bringing him over.
Here.
Hey, do you want me to stand here?
So it's 4th down and long because it was after the play was over. So a loss of a yard on the play on the run. And then tack on a half the distance to the goal line from there. So from the 18 back to the 9, so 9 more yards in penalties. And really in 4th down and 18, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. We'll take it with you. 1:57 to go. The West in control, 40-20.
Production of the 8-man Division II All-Star Football Game is brought to you in part by an underwriting grant from Northwest Kansas Pizza Huts, located in Norton, Oberlin, Plainville, Waukegan, Hill City, Stockton, Atwood, St. Francis, Smith Center, Ellsworth, Hoisington, Lincoln, Osborne, Goodland, Colby, and Oakley support our area high school athletes. Bennington State Bank, Lucas. Robin Insurance, Victoria. United Ag Service, Gorham. Gorham State Bank, Victoria and Gorham. Commercial Builders Incorporated, Hayes. Express Well Service and Supply, Victoria. Star Seed, Osborne. Heinze and Associates, Lucas and Luray. Robin Oil for gas, tires, oil changes, brake jobs, and minor car repair. Auto glass repair and replacement, and auto detail. Robin Oil, Victoria. Cross Manufacturing of Hayes. Proven performer hydraulics, made in America, serving the world. Cross Manufacturing congratulates the Victoria Knights and supports all local athletics. Dryling Pump and Supply, Victoria. World Pest Control Sunflower Services, Sylvan Grove. BTI, Buckland, Greensburg, Hoxie, Ness City, and Pratt.
1:57 to play, 4th down and 18. The East squad trailing by 20, 40-20. And a timeout on the field. We're going to see if they are setting something up for a play, if they're just having a guys keep your composure meeting after the personal foul that was called. Fourth down and 18. Colin Harold in punt formation. Gets a snap. It's a good one. The kick is away. And nobody back there for a return. It checks up and will be down at the 31-yard line. Another penalty flag. This one is going to go against the East squad. I believe Chase Nisley from Pretty Prairie is going to get whistled for that unsportsmanlike or personal foul as he leveled Connor Catt nowhere near the play. And with nobody back there to make a play, you really shouldn't do that.
No, and it's talking about you got to keep your head screwed on straight and keep your composure, and especially an all-star game like this.
And that is, they're going to call it an unsportsmanlike. 120 yards in penalties against the East squad, and the last 24 have been completely unnecessary. So they'll mark it all the way up to the East 35-yard line, and I'll bet you Keith Christine's over there in that huddle going, fellas, I know we got an all-star game, but the way the East squad has been unraveling a little bit, they might want to stick another one on the scoreboard here.
It's hard to say how it's going to react to it. It's either going to go on a 3 downs, just let it run out the clock, and let's get this thing over with.
Harrington at quarterback. He's going to give it up the middle to Bryant from Northern Valley. He's going to be brought down by Magus. Jones is in there. Grigsby, pickup of a yard on the play for Bryant.
And Bryant had 2,262 yards for Coach Fessenden this year and 208 yards receiving. Phillip Bryant, 5'6", 160-pound running back, number 44 from the Northern Valley Husky country.
1:17 to play in the ball game. Second down and 9. Harrington up underneath his center, Logan Miller. Going to give it to Ethan Johnson. Looking for a hole. He's got one.
Great job.
He's close to a first down and finally driven out of bounds after a 9-yard gain.
That was a great bulldog-type drive. Keep your legs turning and moving and chugging away. He did a great job, Jeremy, on his own, didn't he?
9 yards and a first down. And they're going to mark it.
And on the sideline.
And Chisholm Cloud appears to be injured on the sideline from Chitopa. He seems to be okay now. Training staff was there 56 seconds to go, first down. 10th first down of the ball game for the West. They're going to finish this thing off. Johnson again. He is going to be
stuffed,
saddled up and stuffed in the middle. Grant Cook leads the way. Mages in there as well. A loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11.
Clock's running with 31 seconds to go to game time. 40-20. The West leads the East. A little ball control, maybe one more play, and this game's over.
A lot of these guys, this is going to be the last competitive football play they'll ever have in their lives. And it is going to be the old-fashioned kneel down. Harrington takes a snap, puts a knee to it. The clock winds down. Both teams come to their respective sidelines and know that they're strapping it on for one last time. Larry Jantz, the West squad, led start to finish. And even though the East made it close, too many mistakes and turnovers and penalties really is the storyline in this ball game.
They kept, with having 6 turnovers total, they had a great composure just to keep the score within 20 points, I think. They played some real good defense in there. They had stayed at home. I was impressed by the way they played most of the defense, you know, from sideline to sideline. They held their own and played fundamental defense. If it wasn't for their turnovers, like you mentioned, and all the penalties they had, they might have been closer, at least on the scoreboard. It may not have won the game, but it's darn sure going to be a closer game.
6 turnovers. 5 of those turnovers turned into touchdowns for the West squad. 2 of them were really short fields as well.
That's right. And what was it? The first 30 seconds we had 2 scores, or 1 score for sure.
First score was at the 11:27 mark. Second score was at the 8:29 mark.
There you
So
go.
within the first 3 minutes and 31 seconds, there was 2 touchdowns on the board, and the East was playing from behind from that point forward.
Absolutely. And that's it. You know, you got to win the line of scrimmage. You got to have fewer turnovers, keep ball control, efficiency, game of inches many times. How's the old pig spin kind of bounces funny from time to time.
I tell you what, these guys are competitors. The West All-Stars pretty excited to be on top. The East All-Stars pretty disappointed to lose this ball game, but a great experience for everybody this week in Beloit. Kids had a lot of fun. Coaches, I know, had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun, and you know what? That when it comes down to it, it's a game, and you should be able to have fun playing a game of football.
Yep, and they did. Great weather. The rain stayed away. A little humid early. Cloud cover.
Is that Keith Christine dancing? I'm pretty sure he was.
Probably was.
Matt Schreiber, not so much, but he is taking the time to address his team and, you know, just enjoying it. Just enjoying the time. Jeff Hinnick from Wallace County. There's Coach Christine again. Boy, and this is the fun way to address him. Hey, we just won this football game.
Look at him. Is he excited? Of course, you know, played at Cocker City, you know, way back when. Played in this game as a youngster himself, and now he's coaching in it. And he shows his enthusiasm. All during practice when we watched him at the pep rally today before the game, and right now has it. So St. John's Tipton head football coach, now the head coach of the West. 1-1 for the West All-Stars today.
The broadcast of this 8-man Division II All-Star football game can only be made possible by the financial support of you, the viewer, and the businesses that underwrite this production. If you're out in the community, please be sure to thank the sponsors of this program. And if you'd like to support programs like this, visit your PBS station's website. A beautiful day in Beloit. The win goes to the 8-man Division II West All-Star team. They win it by a score of 40-20. Special thanks to everybody who made the broadcast possible, to the guys in the truck, to the ones on the field, the cameras in the stands. A great broadcast today. The West All-Stars win it. For color analyst Larry Jantz, this is Jeremy McGuire saying so long from Trojan Stadium in Beloit.